Raider Nation, what's going on? It's Mitchell Renz, your host of the Raiders Report, and it's Thursday. We got a Madden sim on tap for y'all. Raiders, Buccaneers. I'll tell you what, if the regular season is here and the silver and black are 7-5 on the season, every single game from here on out is definitely going to be a just win, baby. But you know what? I'll admit, July, it's been a little bit slow. June, it's been a little bit slow. I've been covering the Raiders here at Chat Sports for 6 years now at this point. And I honestly think that this is one of the slowest off seasons that I have ever seen around this team. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's not such a good thing. But the amount that Chuggs and I have to talk about today, I feel like I am in August, September, because we got a lot of Raiders stories here we're talking about Davante, Aiden, Shedeur Sanders, Shilo, Deion. And then I watched episodes 1 and 2 of Netflix Receiver. If you have yet to see it, if you're like, Mitch, don't give me any spoilers, I want to watch it, this might not be the episode for you, so I will give you a little bit of a warning there. But I watched episode 1, I watched episode 2, and I'm just going to share some of my Davante Adams thoughts on that. Then we got our Week 14 Madden Sim against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Appreciate all of y'all for tuning in today. I see Texans versus Mexicans. What up, Raider Dando? I'm rocking my Santana Swab jersey. Rebel Montana in the building. Zalesbo, what's up, my girl? Jake Serb, what's up? Jaime Alvarado, what's up? Venom Sosa, what's up? Venom, my man. Yoda Jenkins, Patrick B. It's good to see all of y'all. And quite frankly, this is the most fired up I've been for a Raiders Report show in weeks, because I actually feel like the amount of stuff I have to talk about today, I'm excited about it. I really, really, truly am. So my question is, did you watch the Netflix series Receiver? Type W for watched. Type D that you didn't get the opportunity to watch it yet. Like I said, I don't want to be the Mr. spoiler, but my job here is to talk about the Raiders. Davante Adams is on the Raiders. He's featured in the show Receiver. So I wanted to be able to break down I actually wanted to do episode 1 breakdown, and then I wanted to do episode 2 breakdown, episode 3, 4. I wanted to be able to make 8 shows in general because there's 8 episodes of the Netflix series. You'll find out here in a little bit why I had to do 1 and 2. Chuggs, did you get the opportunity to watch the Receiver show? I was obviously able to, or else I don't know how I'd be able to watch this. Noah Santana said that he watched it. Adrian, What's up, my man?
The thing is, I did my homework. Mitch said, hey, we're doing episode 1 tomorrow. Yep. So whenever, if you want to catch it tonight, we're going to be talking about it on tomorrow's show. So you might want to watch the Netflix show. So I said, okay, yeah. I watched my shows with Danny because she didn't, surprisingly enough, my wife did not want to watch Receiver on Netflix. And I don't know why. But I watched my shows with her, and then it was 11. And I was like, okay, I'm going to watch 1 episode and then I'm going to go to bed. Yeah. It's an hour long. So midnight, fine. I'm sitting there, I'm watching. And I'm watching.
Yeah, I'm watching.
And I'm watching. And I am continuously pressing pause to see how much longer is in the episode. Yep. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Yeah. I was like, did I fall asleep? And I kept on, I was like, am I still on episode 1?
I actually thought I missed it.
I was like, what is going on? And then it ended. And I looked online, and then I guess you'll see what's coming up later. But I watched episode 1.
Yep.
So
there you go. We'll break down episode 1, and we're going to break down episode 2.
Probably more of 2.
Probably a little bit more of 2. I'm going to be honest. That's why we got the Santana Swab. No, I got my Santana Swab jersey on because my man was the MVP last week's show. So shout out to him for pulling up today. Reminder, I do want to get some questions going here, so please use hashtag Raiders or Super Chat like Adrian did. Mitch, the mustache is rocking. Keep it going. I'm probably going to keep it going for a little bit longer. Once the season gets underway is when I usually go back to a beard. For me personally, I think managing a beard is a lot easier than a mustache. I still get acne here and there. I do wear makeup, but Adrian, I'd say right now, the 2 best mustaches I have seen, Adrian's got a hell of a stash. There's some free rides there. And my man Noah Santana. You can't get a much better stash than that. Aiden's got a good one. Gardner's got a hell of a mustache himself. But man, oh man, I'm going to try to do my best to keep up with y'all. Let's go to Mando. Spoiler alert, Adams convinced to start AOC. We'll talk a little bit about Aiden O'Connell today. This is going to be a story that we get into because Davante was on a show, talked about the Raiders quarterback battle, so we'll take a little bit more of a deep dive into that. Chuggy Bowl, if you could show them the deals that we got going on today, because we're rocking our Super Chat deals, our Venmo deals.
You're talking about this week's deals.
This week's deals, correct.
Yeah.
This entire week, these deals have been going on. Every time you send in, that's a total lie. Rephrase. If you send in a $10 Venmo, you're going to be entered in to win Raiders-Cowboys preseason tickets. The game is going to be on August 17th. The seats are in section 139, row 36, seats 11 and 12. And I've had to memorize it by this point. Right now we have, I want to say, we have 14 people in for a chance to win that ticket. So if you're out in the Vegas area, and if you're in the California area, they're really, really good seats, courtesy of a loyal watcher here. He goes by the name of Blaine Craig. If you want to get in our duck race, which right now we only have one guy in. His name's Noah Santana. Maybe you've heard of him.
Wow.
$20 Venmo to get in. Every hundo, we're banging. Every bang, we are going to give away a free entry into that preseason ticket raffle, because I know that not everybody has the opportunity or can send in money, and I still want to give people the real ones here, because if you're watching in July, that's a real one to me. 5 bangs equals a shit show. Well, technically, we're about 4 away, because Noah Suavemente Suavemente Noah. Let's go. Whoever spams Noah Santana the most, you're getting a free entry.
I think we can get Alex to watch even more if we can up our rigatone game on the Raiders Report.
You know, I'm not going to lie. I love Ziti. I love rigatoni. Rigatone, I like it even more. No?
I didn't know where you were going with that.
I didn't either. That's where we landed.
Alex is like, if it was half Raiders and half rigatone, I would watch.
Probably. We'd also probably get our channel shut down.
That is true.
That's also true.
Not if we came up with our own music.
Here's the thing. We'd have to switch roles. You have by far a better voice than I do.
And you make the sickest beats that I've ever heard.
I'll say this. I'm a better producer than I am a singer. I can do your job better than I can sing. That's not good.
I don't know.
So everyone knows.
I remember on a party bus you being pretty drunk singing some songs on the way back from Fort Worth.
Oh, I'm not afraid to sing. I think anybody that watches the show knows that I'm not afraid to sing. The problem is people don't want to actually hear the singing. You know what I mean? Like, people deal with it on Thursday Night Football. People deal with it during a Friday happy hour or shit show.
What?
All right, you know what? Because Noah was the MVP last week, Noah, I do got the boot for you. I'm going to knock this back, but like I've been saying, I'm not getting this shit show started until we get 5 bangs. 5 bangs, okay? We got to get 5 bangs. Noah already gave us 1. For those that do not know, we are also in a very, very, very heated battle with our Steelers channel and a Super Chat battle this entire month. They right now are the number 1 in our Chat Sports Power Rankings. They took us down last month, and I'll tell you this, they're already close to us.
They're live right now as we speak. They have a good lead on us from where they're at to where we're at.
I'm a little bit nervous about it. Like I said, I don't like to lose. I like to win, but I hate losing even more than I like winning. And I take a lot of pride in this channel. I know the nation does as well. And it just quite frankly ticks me off that they've been saying Steelers Nation, and they've been saying it a lot because they're the number 1 team right now at Chat Sports. My bottom line is this. I'm willing to put my body on the line every day this month of July. We got to get back to number 1, man. We got to get back to number 1.
And if you could take a poll on The Office of how annoyed everybody is of hearing here, Cullen.
Cullen's an honest man, though. I don't know if I think he just walked by. I literally thought he just
I thought he walked by. How many times in the past hour have you heard "Here we go Steelers"? At least 5 times. And it's each time a screaming "Here we go Steelers." So it's been a lot.
And they're actually talking shit a little bit too. They're like, we're not concerned about the Raiders report. We got the sub battle down.
Wow. Cullen said they've been talking shit.
That's what I heard.
That Twig Sperry over there talking mess. Oh, I can't deal with that shit. Also, Cullen was recently in the motherland. Cullen, you want to tell us about your trip to Vegas real quick? Some of the highlights?
Yeah, Vegas was fun. First time out there. Came home with some money, so that's always a good time, man.
Not everybody can say that.
You won money.
I won money, yeah.
All right, Cullen, I have a really big favor to ask from you.
What's up?
Can we bang?
Can we bang?
You ready to bang?
Let's do it.
Because can't get right. Bang!
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Bang, bang. Can I get a Raiders?
Well, one last question, because I know you're a busy man. Cullen actually visited Allegiant Stadium for the first time.
Really?
I did.
Thoughts on Allegiant?
It is a dope stadium. Yeah, got to be right there, kind of in that lower midsection or whatever. Wasn't a football game, or technically it was a football game, but yeah, it was dope, man.
Wait,
Really
what do you
good time.
mean?
I was at a soccer game.
Oh, I'm like,
Football.
I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I was at a football game. Well, it wasn't technically a football game.
Did you rub Al's torch?
No, did not get close enough to the torch, unfortunately.
I mean, did you know that's what people do?
I did not know. That's a thing.
Yeah, you're supposed to actually try to climb the top. Next time you go to Allegiant, you try to climb the top.
I'll do it.
They'll
Yeah,
love
I'll
it.
do it.
They'll clap. They'll applaud.
Oh, I bet.
Security, honestly, they might help you up.
Every eye will be on me.
We're going to try to take Cullen to Vegas with us. Especially because he just won money.
That's the main reason.
Oh, yeah.
You know who also I would love to take to Vegas?
Patrick B. Bang! He said, just win, baby.
That means we are two
Raiders.
bangs away from turning. Oh,
Raiders.
wait a minute. That's not only one bang,
Raiders.
it's a bang! Bang!
We bring the boom. That's what we do. We bring the boom.
One bang away from a shit show.
AJ and
here
Big Justice.
on the Raiders Report.
AJ and Big Justice, if you're watching this, you're always welcome on the Raiders Report. And we're down to do a little Costco,
The what?
a little Costco food challenge.
Costco food challenge. I don't even know what that
Try all
means.
the food from Costco.
Everything.
Everything. You know who AJ and Big Justice are?
I'm be honest, no.
Wow.
I don't follow anything outside of Raiders. That's an honest thing.
AJ,
Also,
AJ and Big Justice, biggest thing on TikTok.
yo, can we, I'm not on TikTok. Can we give some love here, first off, to my man Can't Get Right, sends in his first ever super, and he's banging.
That was his first super. I didn't even notice.
First ever super, and my man is banging. So, Chuggs, we got to give away 4 free raffle spots here, okay? Can't Get Right. I don't know if you're in yet. It doesn't look like it. I'm going to add you in.
I'm going to go Malachi B.
Malachi B. Okay.
All right, and then let's start spamming Can't Get Right.
Let's start getting those Can't Get Rights get in.
CGR.
Yeah, that's probably better.
Little CCR.
I've heard of CGI. Now I've heard of CGR.
You know who CCR?
Who?
CCR.
CCR? What are we talking? The only CCs I know is you can either pick 50, 100, or 150 in Mario Kart. CCs. It's 150.
CCR is Creedence Clearwater Revival. They're the ones that sing that, I want to know, have you ever
I didn't know that.
seen
I love that song.
rain?
I want to know.
Also, Fortunate Son, that's the song that plays like on every single
What?
like war movie and stuff.
How does it go?
I
don't know. I don't know. Every single.
it goes, it ain't me, it ain't me.
Oh, I know that one too. That's a great song. Those are phenomenal. Like when that song comes on, it instantly gives you life. I don't care what you're doing, it instantly gives you life. All right, who's spamming CGR the most, Chuggs? I got to get a name down.
I'm gonna have to go with Master Raider.
Master Raider. All right, Master Raider. And then I need all of y'all to spam Lord Cameron Abbott Bang! He said, let's get this shit show going.
Let's rock today.
Which means every hundo from here on out, is a beer bong and another one. Can't get right. Bang!
All right, Ron Raspberry for LCA.
Hang on. All right, we're going to get Ron Raspberry. Okay, give me another one.
And we need some CGRs now.
We got to get Patrick B needs another one. Lord Cameron Abbott.
Well, that was for Lord Cameron.
That was for Cameron Abbott. All right, I need some Patrick B's. Give me some PB down below. We're picking 2 names.
PB and J.
We're picking 2 names. There's a lot of people right now that are like, I could use a J. Any kind of J. If it's a ZJ, though, and if you don't know what a ZJ is, it just means that you can't afford it. That's all I'm going to say. Anthony Marigil, you're going to be in for the ticket raffle. This is because you sent me $10. Manuel Luna sent me 10. Manuel's also going to be in for the duck race. So Manuel Luna's in the duck race.
Rick Aguilar.
And then Jamari Murray in the duck race. You're going to go with Rick Aguilar? Mm-hmm. Rick Aguilar. Okay, I'm going to need one more from you, though.
And then...
Because every bang is a spot, so Patrick B banged twice.
Give me Hasbullah Maldoff.
Selfishly, I'm kind of rooting for Hasbullah. I'm not going to lie to you. If you told me right now I could hang out with anybody in Vegas for 24 hours...
Hasbullah.
I'm probably going to pick Hasbullah or Guy Fieri.
I'm definitely going with Big Justice and Big AJ.
I've never heard of him. All right, now I need one more time some CGRs for Can't Get Right.
If you ask Marsh about Big Justice, he'll tell you.
Who?
Marsh. Tell him about Big Justice. How do you not know? They bring the boom.
Oh, they do that song?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
I bring the boom. That's what we do.
Between Here We Go Steelers,
it's a chicken bake.
That song.
It's a double chocolate chunk cookie.
People have been sneezing around the office. The only other thing I think I hear more than that is at random moments, Allie from the top of her lungs yells, "Salami!" Which I don't really know why.
Yep.
But you hear it and you're like, hey, it's another day of
Her
chat
boyfriend
sports.
told me she does the same thing at home.
That's wild. That's, we'll take the stairs. We'll take the stairs. All right, can you pick 2 more names?
Allie's actually mad at me at the moment. I keep on doing something to her after work that pisses her off. It's pretty funny. But I'm on Allie's bad side at the moment.
Her bad side?
I'm on her bad side.
I guess I'm on her good side then.
We've been consistently leaving work at the same time, just like out of random the past 2 weeks. Like maybe like 4 times at the same exact time we'll walk out together or whatever.
Okay.
And for the first little bit, we're both driving the same way, and she'll just forget that I'm behind her, and I don't know why. It's 95 degrees outside, and Allie loves rolling around with her windows down.
Jerry Danley, you're going to go in since Jeremy's not going to pick.
So me and Allie keep on driving, and she'll drive up to a stoplight, and she'll have all of her windows down, and she's just like looking down at the steering wheel. And I keep on driving up right next to her, rolling my windows down, and just going,
Rudy Mendez gets the other spot.
You'll appreciate this. I'll just keep on rolling my windows down, go right next to her, and I'll be like, box!
Box!
And she hates it.
Yeah? I'll tell you what, though.
But secretly, Allie loves it.
Secretly. I bet you she knows who Cricket is.
Were you or were you not with Dookie Shoes?
Were you with Dookie Shoes?
We got a picture with you with Dookie Shoes.
I've never seen Dookie Shoes. 93 Nabman. You, my good friend, are in the duck race. $20 Venmo to get in. My guy Charles G says, Mitch, get me in that thing. Spit on that thing.
Hawk Tua,
spit on that thing. All right, be real with me, because one of the things that we're going to talk about today on the show, which, again, we actually get some, I'll call it real Raiders content to talk about today. Super hyped up about it. Do you want Shedeur Sanders to be on the Raiders next season? Obviously not going to happen this year. Give me an yes, give me a no. Deion Sanders talked yesterday. He was at Allegiant Stadium. He's a part of Big 12 Media Day and had some interesting words and said that he's meeting with the Raiders. Said that he loved Antonio Pierce. You know how I am. Smoke, fire. There's been a lot of smoke around Shedeur coming to Las Vegas.
Mitch, don't smoke unless it's fire.
Yeah. I guess. Kind of true. Though, my new fire pit that I want to get, I
You
want
get a fire pit?
I want to get a new fire pit. I got Alex's dad one for Father's Day because when I went there last time, we had a fire.
Like a chimenea?
A what?
A chimenea.
A chimney?
No, it's an outdoor chimney. It's like those
No.
circular things on the bottom, and it kind of like this.
No. So the thing that Snoop Dogg did, you know how he was like, I'm giving up smoke. So I got him a smokeless fire pit for Father's Day.
Like these are chimeneas. Like they're like the circle on the bottom.
I'll tell you this right now, the amount of random shit you know, or maybe the random shit I don't know, blows my mind.
You've seen this though, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's a chimenea.
I didn't know that. Also, no! Suavemente! Bang! What's up, Noah? Noah's balling.
Steelers can't steal nothing here. Swiper no suavemente. Swiping. Bang.
No suavemente. That puts now Noah 2 bangs behind Lord Cameron Abbott
And he's already
for our July
he's
bang competition.
He's already spammed it about 20 times. D-Killer Raider.
D-Killer Raider? All right, hang on. D-Killer Raider.
Lord Cameron Abbott, Beer Fest quote, like it, Mitch. What quote? I don't think I caught it. What did you say?
I've said it a few times on the show. I said something about like PB, and then I said like a J. Said I could use a J.
Oh, okay.
ZJ. If you don't know what a ZJ is, you can't afford it. I'm just saying. ZJ. Has anybody here ever had a ZJ? Give me a Y for yes, N for no.
Mitch was going to give you his thoughts on this during the cut later on.
Mm-hmm.
Shedeur Sanders to the Raiders. I don't know if I love it. I mean, Shedeur, I'm still on the fence on whether or not, he's obviously talented. He's a good quarterback, or else he wouldn't have been able to put up some of the stats that he did last year.
Completely agree.
But when you think of the quarterback, they got to be the leader of your team.
Yep.
And I don't know if Shedeur's a good leader. I just don't. I don't know if I was a
Ups.
if I was a 5-star recruit, if I was a really good player in high school about to go into college, I'm not the type of person I don't think would go to Colorado. I don't think, it would be cool with Deion and all that stuff, but also at the same time, I
mean, you've heard a lot of former players. Now, again, they left Colorado and they were like, it was more about, Deion, Shedeur, whoever, and it was less about Colorado. I'll also say this, though, I also believe in the idea of what Deion has done for the University of Colorado.
Well, to be fair, though.
We're talking about the University of Colorado on the Raiders Report.
Also, University of Colorado is beautiful. I've been to their campus. Absolutely, as the Brits would say, Martin, stunning.
But, you want to talk about top, prospects, top college football prospects.
And Devin Smith says, I personally don't care about the guy being a leader as a person. I'd rather take a winner. The thing is,
I think
he's not a winner, really. His team won 4 games last year.
4-8. Yeah, I don't want to give away too much of what I'm going to talk about here on today's show. We'll kind of take a little bit more of a deep dive into it here in a second. Also, if you can vote at the live poll at the top of the show, which right now says 54% of the people do say no to that, we'll kind of... I think... Yeah, I have my answer. I don't want to give it away.
Yeah.
I don't want to give it away. Yeah. Who's ready to talk here a little bit about the Raiders? You guys ready to get this show started? If you're ready to get this thing going, start spamming me down below. Where are we at here? ADHD beats. I just hope he balls out. Quite frankly, I hope whoever is the Raiders quarterback, all I want them to do is ball out. That's all I want. Chuggs had to go fill up real quick. He had to go get some water. His throat was a little scratchy. So I'm going to give some shout-outs here, and then when Chuggy Bull gets back, we're going to get into today's show. Again, I'm rocking the Noah Santana jersey all day today. We are going to be live tomorrow, so be on the lookout for our live show tomorrow. I also am going to be mentioning here in about 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere once we get into the cut. We're going to do a Raiders meetup. I live down near Dallas, Texas, so I'm going to do a meetup down here. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Callie, what's up, man? What's up, King Shab? I see Ron Raspberry's a lesbo. King, I messaged you earlier. You won a TV last Friday. Can you please claim your prize? Victoria B, what's up, Vic? Ron, can't get it right. Ken Kenyon, what up, what up? Jason Gutierrez. Who? Graf to the meetup? Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be able to make it, though. Yep, I don't know. What up, Yoda Jenkins, Rick Aguilar, Ken Kenyon, Day, Rudy Mendez. Where? Do they really? Oh, for Graf? I don't know if, I mean, he could bring his kids. I'd be fine with that. But, yeah, I mean, I think there's a good shot that if anybody wants to hang out with Graf and I next weekend, you guys will be able to do it. You just got to listen up here a little bit.
We do have one more super chat that we haven't gotten to yet.
Okay.
It's our guy.
Sounds good. Rebel, need a community Discord channel. That Zoom call.
I am not good with Discord or any of that.
What does that mean?
A Discord is like kind of like a huge group chat online.
Okay. Why can't we do, I mean, what's wrong with the Zoom?
Well, no, he's just saying like instead, like how everybody, you know how like Mount Raidamore and all, like a bunch of our real ones, they have Instagram group chats.
Yep.
This is like a big one that you can add like a ton of people to.
Interesting.
It's like just like a huge group chat, like a Discord channel.
Okay. I'll look into it a little bit more, Rebel. My only thing is I like to try to, if I add a lot of people like in the Zoom call, you know, it's still meant to be personal, right? Like I still want to be able to talk to everybody. I like when everyone else is kind of like weighing in and talking in general. If you get a lot of people in one area, it can get a little bit difficult.
Also,
what?
I think it's Lecky or Lekai. Completely correct. If you haven't already, free Slurpees today at 7-Eleven.
What's your favorite 7-Eleven Slurpee?
I'm pretty boring. I always go just classic, half Coke, half cherry.
Can I tell you something?
What?
I've never had a Slurpee from 7-Eleven.
I mean, it's just like ices.
Yeah, I'm sure. I can remember when I first started working down here at Chat Sports, I think Tom's favorite day of the year, he used to show up with 2. I'm not kidding. Like, him and Brett, like on 7-Eleven Slurpee Day, because where we used to work, it's kind of like the same distance where that 7-Eleven is now. I'm not kidding you. Like, they would come in and they're just like, got Slurpees. I'm like, what is this? Tom's like, this is my lunch. Which, if you know Tom, probably doesn't surprise anybody. What's up, Noah? As long as we have Davante and Crosby, we are in win now mode. I don't think that's debatable, right? I don't disagree with you. I actually don't think that Crosby would be the person that I would use just simply because Crosby's not going anywhere. To me, Crosby's going to be a Raider for life. I don't see that changing. I think the signing of Christian Wilkins, like the Raiders said to everybody out there that they're in win now mode based off the money that they gave Christian Wilkins and based off the money that they are currently giving Davante Adams. So if you like want to make this argument, to me personally, I would say if the Raiders were, tanking, because if you listen to the media, everyone's like, the Raiders should tank, the Raiders should tank, the Raiders should tank. The Raiders already told you they're not tanking. They went out, they signed Christian Wilkins to a massive 4-year, it was $82 million guaranteed. I want to say it was like 110, making $27 million a year. I mean, you don't give that type of contract out to a defensive tackle. Now, I get it, defensive tackle salaries are high, but they made him the 3rd highest paid DT in the league at the time. Now he's the 2nd because Aaron Donald retired. But you don't do that unless you're actually trying to win some football games. That's all I'm saying. Taino, hopefully always in win now mode. I don't disagree with that. It's just, you got to be a little bit real. Raiders haven't been many in many win now mode seasons. Like, let's be real for the past few seasons. Okay, I want to get into today's show. Again, y'all, reminder, $10 Venmo. You get in for a chance to win some Raiders, Cowboys preseason tickets. It's going to be on August 17th. Then we're going to be breaking down the Netflix receiver documentary. We're going to talk about it here a little bit. Episode 1, Episode 2. Madden Week 14 Sim. Give me your one-word reaction to the game.
Wet.
I have no idea.
It's a rain game.
Oh, okay. I was going to say it's either humid, raining. A rainy Tampa Bay game. I think it's our first rain game of the year.
I mean, it makes sense. You're in Tampa.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Hashtag Raiders or Super Chats. Get those questions, comments on the show. Whoever the MVP of today's stream is, I will wear your jersey again tomorrow, which right now, the MVP of today's show, we got a three-way tie between Patrick B., Noah Santana, and then can't get right. What I always say, though, is tie goes to Mount Raider more. So I'm going to say right now, Patrick B. is in the lead for the MVP.
All right.
Sound good? Coming up right now, let's get into these major, and I'm talking wild major rumors here around the Las Vegas Raiders, and then we're going to talk a little bit here about Netflix. Coming up today here on the Raiders Report, Deion Sanders. Is he trying to get the entire Sanders family to Las Vegas? You got to see what Prime said. Then Davante Adams has given a little bit of an insight, kind of revealed who he thinks the quarterback one is right now for the Las Vegas Raiders. And I don't know about y'all, hearing Davante say that in the middle of July is a really eye-opening thing. For those that don't watch our live shows, we're giving away Raiders-Cowboys preseason tickets. The seats are going to be in section 139, row 36, seats 11 and 12. If you're not subscribed, you're not going to have a chance to win these tickets. We're going to be giving away tomorrow, live on Raiders Friday Happy Hour. So if you're like, you know what, F it, I'm trying to win some tickets, tune in. Hit that subscribe button, and good luck to everybody out there. So coming up here again, we're going to talk about Coach Prime, Shedeur Sanders, Shilo Sanders, and then we'll get in here a little bit about Davante. We'll get, in terms of a little bit context, why we're talking about Deion. So he was at Allegiant Stadium yesterday for Big 12 Media Day, and he was asked about Shedeur and Shilo potentially playing for Las Vegas, and he said that would be nice for Shedeur and Shilo to play for Las Vegas. I am meeting with the team today. So the fact that Deion is flat out telling you that he likes the idea of both of his sons playing for the Raiders and that he's meeting with Antonio Pierce and the Raiders, that's pretty eye-popping to me. And, you know, one of the things that I'm sure Deion wants is he wants his kids to play for somebody that is a good head coach. This is what he had to say about Antonio Pierce yesterday. Great man, great leader, earned the job. They didn't give him nothing. I love what he brings to the table. I'm a big believer of, hey, man, where there's smoke, there's fire, and man, oh, man, there's been a lot of smoke around the Raiders, around the Sanders kids, around Deion, because he has openly said now multiple times that he likes the idea of Shedeur potentially playing for the Las Vegas Raiders. And if you don't think that Deion's going to have some sort of a say in where those two kids play, including Travis Hunter, probably every kid from Colorado, let's be honest, then you're just sleeping on it. We're in a new world here, I think, of NFL media, NFL in general. Deion's going to have a lot of power, and if he wants his kids to go to the Raiders and only the Raiders, I'm just saying, it might actually happen. Coming up here, should Raider Nation actually want Shedeur Sanders? Should Raider Nation actually want Shilo? Should we want Deion even talking about all of this? I'm going to break all this down for you, so please don't go anywhere. But you know what? I got to show some love to our awesome sponsor, Mando. And Mando has really stepped up this month because it's hot as hell down here in Texas. And I'm just happy that when I step up here onto the show, you guys don't see how bad I'm sweating, because I don't sweat, thanks to our awesome sponsor, Mando. I love Mando because it's clinically proven to control odor for 72 hours. And new customers then get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. All you got to do is use code CHAT at shopmando.com. It's safe on your whole body. I'm talking you can use it on your feet. You can use it on your package, your pits. Bottom line, if you think that there's sweat, you can use Mando there. It's also available in 4 awesome scents: bourbon leather, Mount Fuji, Pro Sport, and Clover Woods. I'm a big fan of the bourbon leather personally. Alex likes the Mount Fuji. It's hot, and I've been trying to get into better shape. I got my bachelor party coming up here at the end of July, and I chafe. It's an honest thing to say out loud, right? Not many people are, like, I can look at all y'all right now. We're family. I chafe when I run. But when I use Mando, you just rub a little bit down there on your legs, you go for a jog, and then guess what? I don't look like I got a rash going on downstairs. Mando starter pack is perfect for new customers, and it comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream, tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice. Think of it as like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and you're going to get free shipping. luckily for the nation, I got a discount code to help you get hooked on Mando, my favorite smelling deodorant on the market right now, favorite whole body smelling deodorant. New customers are going to get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Use code CHAT at shopmando.com. If you need the help spelling, Zon, I'm looking at you, shopmando.com. Shout out to Mando for sponsoring the Raiders Report. All right, let's talk here a little bit about Shedeur Sanders potentially going to the Las Vegas Raiders. Deion likes the idea of it. We've heard it multiple times this offseason. And Prime's going to have a say, let's be real, of where his sons are going to play. Shedeur also has been mocked to the Raiders, not even like a little bit. I actually have stopped looking at NFL mock drafts because I feel like 3 out of 5 mock drafts that I look at have the Las Vegas Raiders selecting Shedeur Sanders no matter where they're picking. I've seen the Raiders pick as much as in the top 5. I've seen them pick in the late teens. I've seen a mock draft in the 20s. And guess what? Shedeur Sanders is going to the silver and black in a lot of mock drafts. Is that because maybe Vegas knows something? Is that because Deion's okay with it? Or is that just because nobody believes in Aiden O'Connell or Gardner Minshew? My question to the nation is, do you want the Raiders to draft Shedeur Sanders? I want you to type D for draft, type P for pass. Let me know down below, because this is going to be a controversial topic just because of the name, Shedeur Sanders. For me personally, and I want y'all to get your answers in, right? Because I have kind of gone a little bit both ways on this one, but for me, my honest opinion is I don't really want the Raiders to draft Shedeur unless he has a season like where, Jaden was good. Then he had a Heisman season. Joe Burrow, nobody heard of him. Then he had a Heisman season. If Shedeur Sanders, who was good last season, can prove to me that he is like a Heisman-winning caliber of a quarterback that I view worthy of going in round 1, then sure, I am open to the conversation. But based off what we've seen so far from Shedeur, I don't really know how you could say he's a round 1 quarterback. He hasn't proven it to me yet. And I also don't want the Raiders to be bad this season because I think that Shedeur is going to end up going somewhere in the top 15, somewhere in the top 10. Hell, it wouldn't even surprise me if people are talking about him going in the top 5. And when you look at the numbers that he put up last season, they were good. But how many times have we ever heard about a quarterback going in the top 5, going in the top 10, where their team went 4-8 the season before? My point is, I believe that this is a good Raiders football team, and I think the only way that you're going to be able to get Shedeur Sanders is if you're drafted in the top 10. That's not going to happen this season for AP and the squad. But when you look at Sanders' numbers last season versus ranked teams, versus non-ranked teams, I'm going to be honest, the numbers, they're not really different. Sure, he's got a higher completion percentage. The yards are there, touchdowns, interceptions. The record is a little bit of an eye-popping stat. Are you going to draft a quarterback in the top 10 that was 1-5 last season against top 25 teams? I know it's not always just on the quarterback, but in college, if you have a dominant quarterback, you should be able to win football games, in my opinion. And then again, from a per-game basis versus ranked teams versus non-ranked teams, 6 games to 5, the yards per game are essentially identical. He was actually better from an interception ratio, did throw more touchdowns against non-ranked teams. But again, I am going to go out and I want a quarterback that can be a leader. If you're going to be a successful quarterback in the NFL, to me, you got to be a leader. And I don't know if Shedeur Sanders could do that. I will say this, though, and this is me being honest, and I hope that people, when they watch this show, know how honest of a person I am. The only reason why, if the Raiders drafted Shedeur Sanders, that I'd be excited, it would be amazing for our channel here. It would be an unbelievable, and I mean an unbelievable thing here, but let's be real. If Shedeur's last name was Renz or Chuggs or whatever, right? He's not going in round 1. The only reason why we're talking about Shedeur going where he's going is because of his last name. It's Sanders. You think Shedeur Chuggs is going in round 1? All right. Shedeur Chuggs, probably a top 10 pick. Shedeur Renz, he ain't going in round 1. But again, if I'm being honest, the only reason why I would be excited about the Raiders drafting Shedeur, I don't know if it's going to translate to wins. And this show has always been about just win, baby. But from a selfish standpoint, and I bet you every single Raiders content creator would probably agree with this, Shedeur's going to get eyeballs to the Raiders. It's going to create a lot of money for Mark Davis, which does matter. But then on top of that, you think ticket prices are expensive now? If they draft Shedeur, those tickets are going to go up even higher, which maybe results in more people watching this channel after all. Coming up, should the Raiders draft Shilo Sanders? Because if you thought all we were doing today is talking about Shedeur, you're wrong, because Deion is trying to get, or said that both of his kids, he likes both the idea of both Shilo and Shedeur suiting up in the silver and black. But before I get into that, I do want to tell y'all that we're going to do a Raiders meetup. I'm trying to convince Graf to show up as well, so we'll try to get that one going. But it's going to be Saturday, July 20th at 1 p.m. Central Time, because we're in Texas. If you want to know what the address is right here. The restaurant is a Matitos, and to the OG Raiders Report watchers, I did a Raiders Report meetup back in, I want to say it was 2019. This is before I started dating Alex. I'm going to say this even before we were at like 15,000 subs. I did a meetup at a Matitos, and the reason why I'm picking this place is because it's owned and operated by a diehard Raider fan, a diehard Raiders Report watcher. I talked to him yesterday on the phone, and he's going to hook us up. So if you live near the area, the Dallas-Fort Worth area, guess what? Here's the address, here's the time, and I'm just going to keep the party going until people want to go home. The only thing I will say is this. Please, Uber, please take a Lyft, because we're probably going to have some drinks flowing. We're probably going to be having a good time. We're going to chop it up a little bit, and I really, really hope to see you there. All right, let's talk here a little bit about Shilo potentially coming to the Raiders. And kind of like everything we just talked about, Shedeur, Prime's going to have a say. Deion likes the idea of his kid playing here. Also, on top of that, which I do think is something to at least note, Trevon Merrick and Marcus Epps are both going to be free agents in 2025. Obviously, I love Isaiah Palomeo. I think Trey Taylor is a hell of a player. They ended up drafting him this year. Chris Smith is maybe the best fifth safety in all the NFL on a depth chart. But, like, if the Raiders decide not to extend Epps, or if they decide not to extend Trevon Merrick, then I do think the idea of Shilo potentially coming to the Raiders later on in the draft could be an idea that some people will throw out there. I still want to see a little bit more tape on him, just because, from an honest opinion, when I watched Colorado football last season, there was only two people that I watched, Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. I will go into the lab. I will watch more of Shilo going forward. But based off of what I've heard, based off of what I've seen, it does still sound like he's going to be a prospect that potentially gets selected in the top 100, probably definitely in the top 150 unless injuries arise. But injuries, to me, do scare me a little bit. So Shilo was asked by Vegas Sports TV reporter, like, are you okay with the idea of coming to the Raiders? And we talked about Shedeur, and the way that he answered the question, I'm going to be honest, I got a little, I'm sick and tired of always talking about Shedeur. And he said, I'm going to the league too, right? And he kind of jokingly said it, but it's also a little bit of an honesty of, hey, like, I'm my own person. I don't always want to have to talk about my dad and my brother. He also said, if my dad can LeBron James that thing, that would be great. He also said just playing. But, like, there is a part of me that wonders where you just saw LeBron James tell the Lakers, hey, I want you to select my kid Bronny. What if Deion goes to the Raiders and goes to the NFL and is like, hey, I only want him to play for a few teams, and then the Raiders are just one of those teams because they don't bring back Marcus Epps. You don't bring back Trevon Merrick. All I'm saying is I think that Shilo Sanders coming to the Raiders might actually be more realistic than Shedeur, because also you're not going to have to take Shilo in round one. So I haven't done a lot of research on Shilo, and I don't want to ever get that twisted with y'all. Like I said, I'm an honest person through and through. So I saw some of this draft profile notes from the NFL Draft Buzz, and just wanted to be able to share their thoughts on Shilo as a player. Despite the setback of a shoulder injury, Shilo Sanders remains one of the most intriguing safety prospects in the 2025 draft class. His combination of football IQ, playmaking ability, and NFL pedigree could see him climb draft boards once he's back to full health. His instincts in zone coverage and known for creating turnovers will be particularly attractive to teams looking to bolster their secondary. While he may need time to fully recover and adjust to the NFL game, Sanders has the tools to eventually compete for a starting role and make his mark on Sundays. With his track record of resilience and playmaking ability, don't be surprised if Sanders emerges as one of the top 5 safeties taken in the draft. Teams willing to be patient with his development could find themselves with a defensive gem capable of changing the complexion of games with his ball-hawking skills and football IQ. So, like, think about it from overall, right? Shilo, the Raiders, we're going to talk, obviously, a lot about Shedeur. But I do like to be able to hit on both of these players here, just simply because if Deion's trying to get both of them to the Raiders, it's going to be a topic that the media talks about, that we're going to talk about, because my job is to talk about the silver and black. Coming up next here on the Raiders Report, again, sponsored by Mando. Shout out to them for showing up. Davante Adams picks who he thinks is the quarterback one for the Raiders. Did he say Gardner Minshew? Did he say Aiden O'Connell? The reason why this is really important to me is because Davante has spoke in years past. Again, it was the Josh McDaniels, so it's fallen on deaf ears. But he was verbally being like, hey, I came here for a reason. I believe I should have a say. And I do think that Antonio Pierce values what Davante says. If he doesn't, no offense, Antonio, it's not a smart decision. But you should value him based on his contract, based on his wants, because Max Crosby ain't going anywhere. And I know people don't like to hear this, but if Davante doesn't win this season, there is a chance that he might not be on the team next season. So I want to try to keep Davante happy, especially because he went out there and he had Antonio Pierce's back. So he joined the show Speak on FS1 this week, and Davante Adams thinks that Aiden O'Connell is the QB1 right now. He said, I think it's Aiden's job right now. So there you go. There's your captain. There's your star wide receiver. And he flat out said to everybody, and this is one of the things that I respect about Davante, there's a lot of people that might beat around the bush. There's a lot of people that might be like, Aiden's great. Gardner's great. Davante was like, I think it's Aiden's jobs right now. And this is exactly what he had to say. I want whoever's going to look the best when it's time, when it's live bullets. So at the end of the day, I don't have a preference other than the fact that I want somebody that's confident and ready to go when it's time to do it. So whoever that is, that's who I want throwing the ball. I think right now, if I had to say, I think Aiden has the job because he obviously was here before, and that's the way that it was. He was running with the ones more until Gardner came in and takes the job away from him. I think it's Aiden's job right now. He's doing what he's got to do to hold on to it. He's still got to keep working and do what he's got to do to grow and get better. We can definitely get better than where we are, and our connection, him individually, even me. At this point in the year, this is not where you're going to show your best. So throughout camp, when we start really doing with the pads on and we doing the real deal, I think that we all will be able to decide who's the guy will be, and I'll continue to keep working and getting that camaraderie with that person. Like, I think everything Davante Adams says there is everything that I believe, and I bet you 99.9% of what Raider fans believe. At the end of the day, I don't care if it's Aiden. At the end of the day, I don't care if it's Gardner Minshew. I want the quarterback that shows up, that gives us the best chance to win on Sunday, especially on that Black Friday game, too, against the Chiefs. But, like, seriously, when it's time to play, I want the guy that's going out there competing. And I feel like a lot of people are making a story out of this. I don't think it should surprise anybody that Davante said that Aiden O'Connell is the quarterback one right now. It's Aiden's job to lose, and you're not going to lose this job based off of what? 2 practices in the middle of June and then a few random practices in May. They're going to go out there, they're going to compete, they're going to split reps at training camp, which I almost shit my pants laughing because Dav reported the other day that Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew are both going to be competing for the job. Yeah, no shit. I want to see what they do in the preseason. And if I'm Antonio Pierce, I'm not naming a starting quarterback until the day before because I don't want the Chargers to prepare for one guy. You make them prepare for both dudes. So in conclusion, Shedeur and Shilo coming to the Raiders would be great for the channel. I just don't know if it actually translates to any wins. And quite frankly, I don't think that we're going to even have an opportunity to take Shedeur because I don't see us being in the top 10. Adams thinks that the QB job is AOC's right now. Good. I think it's AOC's too right now. It's been what's reported. And again, like, that shouldn't surprise anybody. Tay wants what we want. The best quarterback to win the job. If that's Carter Bradley, put him in at starter. If that's Anthony Brown, put him in at starter. If it's Aiden O'Connell, Gardner Minshew, put him in at starter because it's commitment to excellence. It's just win, baby. That's what Davante wants. That's what I want. And if that's what you want, I want you to hit that like button right now. Do you hawk Tua the Slurpees, though? National Slurpee Day. 7-Eleven.
What Slurpee flavor do you usually get? I didn't even ask you that.
I've never had one from 7-Eleven.
But like not just Slurpee. Like if you go into like the movies, like Icy or like
if I was going
or like a slushie from Sonic,
I would try to get something as close as I can to like Dr. Pepper, a cherry Coke, like something along those lines. That's probably how I would do it. I love cherry.
I like cherry. I usually do cherry and Coke. Sometimes I'll rock with the blue raspberry.
I get a little vanilla in that piece.
Yeah.
I might be the unpopular one. Blue raspberry, it's not my favorite. I will say this, though. I did have a lot of slushies when I was a kid. My dad, he used to run the concession stand and manage the Little League field in my hometown. So, like, once in a while, you know, like, I'd be able to go in there and he'd hook me up with a slushie here and there. My favorite kind was cotton candy, but I was also 12. I don't know if I'd get a cotton candy one now.
If I'm going to Sonic, love a strawberry limeade slush.
See, that sounds good, especially on a hot summer day.
Oh, strawberry limeade slush from there. Or I really like their peach slush is really good.
I guess my question is, how do you hock two of the Slurpees? Does that mean you're just not going to drink it?
Oh, you just do it on the outside.
How do you do an opposite hock tua? Would you rather see that or a reverse jumping jack? I'm not quite sure. Speaking of a reverse jumping jack, there's a jumping jack.
That actually doesn't count with what we've made today.
So I know we said it was what we said was it was before you guys started today, and when they go
wow.
you guys will have the lead.
Okay.
Wow.
Is that where y'all ended today?
So Steelers has now officially surpassed us. What's up? That's wild. Steelers has officially passed us in our June. It's July, Mitch. Get it together. That's why we're losing. In our July Super Chat battle. Wild day today for the Steelers show. And it was around a baseball game. I'll tell you what, they're doing some wild stuff. You got to, I think, real recognize real. And you got to recognize what they're doing. It's insane. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like it. Where do you go to learn to make a banana split? Sunday school. That's a phenomenal one. That's very underrated. I'm sorry I didn't laugh, but that's actually a very good joke. Serb, what is Forrest Gump's password? This one I've heard. 1 Forrest 1. If you have to add that extra exclamation point, he's just devastated. Absolutely, and I mean absolutely devastated.
Oh, my goodness.
Commitment to excellence. Hawk Tua lovers are lonely old men. I'll tell you this. I'm a Hawk Tua lover. I'm not a lonely old man either.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it would be the opposite. I don't know a lot of lonely old men that are getting Hawk Tua.
Yeah, I think the whole story in general is cool. How one moment, can really change a lot of things. And, this girl's smart. She's taking advantage of, the entire deal. She's making money off it.
Uh-huh.
Chuggs and I were literally today talking about what could we say? What would be the thing that we would say that would be Hawk Tua?
Shit on that thing.
That would be wild. I'm not going to lie. That would be pretty freaking wild. All right, coming up next here on the show, did you watch the Netflix series Receiver? Type W if you watched it, type D if you didn't. I'm going to kind of go through and just give you my takeaways on episode 1 and episode 2. What?
Ed Robbins said, did you know the first Hawk Tua girl was actually on the Simpsons predicted
They predicted everything. If that would be nuts.
If there was a clip that came out of a show in 2012 of The Simpsons that somebody says Hawk Tua,
I'd lose my mind. I also say this, it would have already been discovered.
yeah.
It would have been discovered in that first 24 hours. The internet's good, man. The internet's strong.
A lot of people saying they did not watch it yet on Netflix.
Okay.
And surprisingly, more people don't have Netflix than I thought. I thought the majority of people have Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would think.
I thought so too, but then again, it is what it is.
They have gone up in price, and me and my wife, we have the cheapest one. Because it's we already have so many streaming services.
Yeah.
I have the cheapest Netflix, but we can only watch one at a time. If we're both home and we both want to watch Netflix, we can't.
I don't know what our whole plan is, I'll be real. Because I know we do it all through the family, so.
You steal it.
Well, we do let's say I pay for Netflix, Alex pays for Hulu, somebody pays for whatever, and we just all have them.
Yeah.
But I have never ran into an issue where we have too many people watching.
Well, you can have it's not that much more expensive. It's like maybe like $10 more a month, but then you can have as many people watching as you want.
Yeah, we probably do that.
Probably
one
not
then.
as many people. Probably you can have like 5.
We probably do that one then, just because of the amount of people. Because we're sharing it with 6 people, I think. Right? 1, 2, 3. No, we're sharing it with 5, so we got to do that one then. Interesting. I don't know. Well, one of the things that we're going to talk about today, again, is the receiver documentary. If you want to watch it and you don't want to hear what I have to say, I'm not going to blame you. But my job here is to talk about the Raiders, talk about Davante being on the show. So I just kind of want to go through like my biggest takeaways, some of the really cool stories that I watched, that I witnessed through it from top to bottom. Also, I want to give a special shout out to Trey Taylor, his family. They've been really, really kind to me over the past, we'll say, 24 hours. Saw the show that we did about Trey. I got some really cool pictures of Trey Taylor's grandma. She said that she loved the show. So shout out to Grandma Trey. And really, really cool family there. So I've been trying to link up with Trey. I was trying to hopefully he'd be able to show up at our event July 20th. My dumb ass, I was like, tell Trey and the family to come. They're like, well, he just left for Vegas today. Training camp is the 21st. So I was like, yeah, it's probably a good thing. Trey's hanging out at Matito's the day before training camp. I'm like, all right, yeah, that's probably a good thing. But,
We're starting practice, and you got a belly full of cheese enchiladas?
They're going to put this shit on me? So shout out to Trey Taylor. Shout out to the Taylor family. Had a lot of really cool interactions with them. Okay, y'all, let's go. We're going to get into the next segment here because then we still got a Madden sim coming up on today's show. Reminder that today's deals, this is shit show time. Every hundo, we're banging. Every time you throw in a $100 super chat, we give away an extra spot for somebody to win our Cowboys Raiders preseason tickets, which are going to be given away on August 17th. If you guys could also get a few of those questions in, please use hashtag Raiders. I like to see the questions when they come up. Jersey Boy, just my opinion, but I don't think Aiden O'Connell or Minshew are that guy. Neither is Shedeur, but maybe someone like a Cameron Ward or a Jackson Dart is.
Dude, I was reading a Bleacher Report article.
Okay.
And it was like a mock draft. And I was like, okay, what is this? Like, let's check it out.
Mm-hmm.
And it had like high schoolers in it.
Weird. How's that possible?
Dude, it was like crazy mock draft. And it was like.
It had to be many years down the road.
No, it had people from like going out this next year and high schoolers. It was like if I think at the top it was like if everyone was eligible for the draft, these are who would it be, and it named like three or four like 5-star high school players. That's
Wild. I don't know enough about high school football. I know you follow it a little bit closer than I do.
I don't think there's any way any high schooler in America could step in to the NFL right now and be effective.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not even close.
No.
Not even close.
I think you need at least 1-2 years in college, maybe. Like the best of the best, maybe 1 year of college, and then like you can come in and maybe like play for an NFL team. But I just don't see an 18-year-old.
To make a 53-man roster, maybe. To actually like get in and make a contribution, no way. You're a liability. I don't care who you are. You're going to be a liability out there. Reminder, y'all, if you want to get in for our 50-50 raffle, $20 Venmo for a chance to get in. Right now, we would give away $60. So if another person gets in, it'd be $70.
Jason, we have not yet. It's on my list.
We also have our ticket raffle. So we got 26 people in right now for a chance to win Raiders Cowboys preseason tickets. You will win 2 tickets, so just keep that in mind. If you want to get in for a chance to win that, that's a $10 Venmo. Every hundo is a bang, and if you bang, we will give away a free spot. And it's Friday happy hour rules from here on out as far as I'm concerned. So if y'all want to get a little bit wet and wild, I'm ready to get a little bit wet and wild today.
Mr. Goots, I'll get on it.
LCA, you, sir, are in again
maybe
for the duck race.
Maybe after this.
What?
Maybe after this week, maybe next week, we can do a Royal Rumble or something like that.
A Royal Rumble. I'd be down to do a Royal Rumble. It'd be fun. It'd be something fun to do. If we have to do it, though, it probably does have to be next week. because then training camp starts. So let's try to do one next week. F it. Let's F around and find out. Okay, y'all. Let's get into this Netflix series receiver. We're going to talk here a little bit about Davante Adams. From Jake Serb, commitment to excellence, Cypher Sniper, can't get right. Salute to all of y'all for pulling up today on Thursday. I know that it's the off season, but we don't take any days off here at the Raiders Report, and neither do y'all, so I appreciate that. We do, though, have 318 people watching and 180 likes. If we get those likes numbers up a little bit more, that would be much appreciated. Mo Shav, he wants his spot in the ticket raffle, so Mo Shav, I got you. You're in, my good sir. And now we have 27 people in for a chance to win a ticket. I also see Frankie's going to get in this duck race here. Frankie, I respect it. Okay, Chuggs. Coming up, let's talk here a little bit about receivers. So here's your final warning. If you don't want spoilers, if you haven't seen the show yet, I'm not going to get mad at you for leaving right now. And then I'd say just come back in like 20 minutes. Because then we'll get into our Raiders, Buccaneers, Madden Sim. Cool? Cool. All right, ready? Let's rock. Spoiler alert, did you watch the Netflix series Receiver? Type W for watch, type D for didn't. And if you're like, hell yeah, man, I watched the whole thing, let me know down below what you're thinking. Coming up on today's show, I'm going to be going through and giving you my 2 cents of everything I thought about Episode 1 and Episode 2 of the Netflix series Receiver. Raider Nation, what's going on? It's Mitchell Renz, your host of the Raiders Report, and I'm going to be breaking down my favorite moments around Davante Adams from the Netflix Receiver show. I'm not going to talk about George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm not going to talk about Jetta. This is the Raiders Report. We're focusing on Tay. My plan was to be able to watch Episode 1 and then do a show like I'm doing now, being able to break it all down for you. I was hoping I'd be able to get 8 shows out of the Netflix series. And tomorrow, live on the Raiders Report, Friday, I'm going to be breaking down probably Episode 3 and 4. The reason why that I say probably is because of the way that this show was set up. So spoiler alert, my notes that you're going to see are in order of how the show kind of went. Because last night I was sitting there watching the show with Alex. Chuck loved it, by the way. And I'm just taking notes of everything that I saw, everything that I documented. So that's kind of how this show is going to go. The reason why this entire plan that I had around making shows around the Netflix series has been kind of thrown out the window. And the biggest spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it yet, Davante Adams and Justin Jefferson aren't even in Episode 1. It's only Kittle, it's only Deebo, and it's only Amon-Ra St. Brown. Quite frankly, I actually dislike very much that you don't see every single player in every single episode. So the Davante Adams parts start with his daughter's 4th birthday, and it was a dinosaur-themed birthday, which, for those of you that do not know, I love dinosaurs. Jurassic Park's probably one of my favorite movie series of all time, and in case anybody wonders, my top 3 favorite dinosaurs of all time, coming in at number 1, it's Velociraptor. At number 2, Spinosaurus. And then at number 3 is a T-Rex. Velociraptor's got to be the coolest freaking animal out there. I would love to have a pet raptor, but then again, I don't know if I could control it like my guy Blue. So I want to know down below, what is your favorite dinosaur? I am a kid at heart. I know I'm 31 years old, but you know what? If you don't like dinosaurs, then you're just a weirdo flat out. Let me know down below your favorite dinosaur, and hey, if you want to tell me why, I'd appreciate it. Next thing coming up here was Tay used to do his wife's math homework. Tay literally said he was like, my wife is mathematically challenged, and like he said that she went from an F, got the grade up to a D, and everybody, Davante's name, his wife's name begins with a D, their kid's name begins with a D, so they're like, hey, maybe it was meant to be after all. Justin Jefferson, in a very interesting part, which his alter ego I thought was weird, he said that Davante has the best release in football, which I do think is a fact. When you watch Davante in that like phone booth, that first 2-3 yards, that step, nobody gets the separation that he does. Tay also mentioned at the birthday party that right now he's got 2 girls, and they have one of the most beautiful families out there, and I love the outfits that his wife had picked out for their daughter. Also, then he was saying that, hey, he wants a baby boy, so we could see Davante trying to have another kid here down the road. Also went on to say that Crosby and Davante call each other their twin. Davante said, Max Crosby, that's my twin. Then Max, he makes a little bit of an appearance there, looking fly as all hell, and then he goes, yeah, Davante, that's my twin. Tay also said that the handwork that he likes to do for the upcoming years and like all the work that he does reminds himself a lot of like what Max does, who's just violent with his hands, and also says that like a lot of the reasons why he's so good with his hands early on, getting off that block, is because he does a lot of like the things that defensive linemen do. So if there's any young receivers out there watching, it's not a bad thing. Look at what your defensive linemen do. Get your handwork down. Max and Tay wore the same Louis Vuitton outfit, and to do this not only once, but to do it twice, I think just goes to show again that these guys are thinking the same way they're talking, because if you show up with the same outfit, that's wild. But for you to do it on the same game day, now I don't have a picture of the outfit that both of these guys wore on game day, but as you can see based on those photos, they did at one point wear the same Louis V outfit, and it was funny because Max, or Davante, after the one game, told his wife, he's like, guess what Max wore? And she guessed it. Why? Because they're on sync. So then Davante and Crosby, like I said, they have now done it twice. In the time that they have been together as teammates, they have shown up to the same game wearing the exact same outfit. And you know what? I got to know who wore it better. Do you think Crosby looked better in the outfits, or do you think Davante Adams looked better in the outfits? Type 98 for Crosby, type 17 for Adams. Crosby, you know you're my guy. But like, I think Davante looked a little bit better, so I'm going to go with 17s down below. Let's keep it rolling here on some of my Netflix receiver takeaways around Davante Adams. The highlight of Tay's 4th and 1 touchdown from Jimmy Garoppolo was the next thing that ended up popping up in the show. And when I watched it live, I kind of forgot how just horrendous of a throw it was that Jimmy made the ball down the field, and it's why I continue to say I can throw a football further than Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm very confident that I can do it, but I also forgot how just unbelievable Tay was in this game. Dude saw 20 targets, brought in 13 of them for 172 yards, 2 touchdowns with Jimmy Garoppolo, and then I think another stat that's extremely impressive, 9 first down catches in one game, and yet the Raiders still were unfortunately not able to win this one. Now, if you guys want to be able to tune into every time I go live for a watch party, I know we do stuff around Madden, but subscribe to the Raiders Report because nobody does what we do on game day. We had 138,000 people tune in to our watch party last year against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we're going to be crazy during the preseason. We're going to be crazy during the regular season. Nobody partners like the Raiders Report. We do it Oakland style. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Let's keep it rolling here. Speaking of the Steelers, Mike Tomlin, who I do think is one of the most highly respected coaches in the NFL, told Tay that, man, you're a hell of a dude, was just really appreciative of how amazing of a player he was, which I think is really good for a head coach that's been in the league for 18 years. Adams also said that the Raiders were good after 3 weeks last season. So if you remember, Raiders were 1-2 after that Pittsburgh Steelers game. It was a heartbreaking loss, Sunday Night Football. Chuggs and I were in Las Vegas. Really, really tough one. Tay also, where I thought this was a really, really big part of the show on Netflix, said that, I don't got time to wait around, and they made a really, really big part of that, and you can kind of see how frustrated Adams is throughout the first 2 episodes, or technically just the second episode, and it's a lot of that. Josh McDaniels stinks. We kind of know how bad the quarterback play was, and Davante is clearly upset. If you don't remember what the quote was, it was this: I don't want to act like it's all crazy. It's week 3. But I don't got time to wait around. It's not a personal thing. I mean, it's a personal thing, but it ain't about me. It's not my mentality to try to sit here and take all season to figure it out. Use these early games like this, establish our identity, and we're not doing things the right way to establish a winning culture early in the season. So we've got to do something to turn that around. When Davante said that, I can remember the amount of people just being like, oh my God, Davante wants out of the Raiders. No, what Davante Adams has done is just be honest with you and with everybody out there, because Tay wanted to reiterate these comments, and he had his opportunity to be like, clear the air a little bit, and he simply was just saying something that was honest. I'm not young anymore. I'm over 30 years old. My window to win a Super Bowl is closing because Father Time is undefeated. That's the type of shit that I want from my captain. I don't want my captain after a game that we lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers and Davante puts up 172 yards, 2 touchdowns, gets 20 targets. He looks at the media and he goes, we're doing the right things. Because the moment you saw Jimmy Garoppolo start throwing a football last season, you go, oh shit, this guy's really bad. Davante said it in a little bit of a nice way. And then as soon as that happens, the series then jumps to week 4 where the Raiders are playing the Chargers. This is the Aiden O'Connell game. This is the 6-sack game. Khalil Mack, which a lot of bad memories early on. And, Netflix, I think, is really trying to poke the bear here a little bit with Davante. And it was bad last season for the Raiders with McDaniels. But then luckily, Davante was one of the lone bright spots. I'll keep on breaking down some of my Netflix series takeaways. If anybody out there wants a Davante Adams jersey, if you go to that link that you see down there below, chatsports.com/Raiders jerseys, we have multiple jerseys available, and there is a Davante Adams jersey right now for $99. Usually, they're $130. Usually, depending on what type of jersey you get, it can even go up to $160. There's a Davante Adams Color Rush jersey for $99. Chatsports.com/Raiders jerseys. That link's available to y'all down in the comments and in the description of the show. All right. Next thing that happened in the Netflix series was Davante hurt his shoulder, and it was due to a really bad throw by Aiden, and I kind of remember how it happened, where Aiden threw the ball very, very behind him. Number 43 for the Chargers, I forget his name, made the tackle, and Davante lands on his shoulder, and instantly he's like, holy crap, I'm in a lot of pain. He said that he felt the pain right away from his bicep all the way down, or I guess bicep up to his trap. So trap, bicep, and it was completely numb, right? I can remember doing the show, and Davante's laying on his back, and you can tell that he's in a lot of pain. And Davante goes down with an injury, everybody, it's crickets, right? You're just panicking, you're worried, you want him to be healthy. Davante said in the show that my shoulder is numb as frick. You guys can fill in the blank of what he actually said. And I think when when you see that side and you can actually tell how much pain he's in, because on game day, all we get is that he's questionable, he might return, and then he ends up returning into the game a little bit later. But watching the Netflix series, you actually really get to see how much pain he was truly in and how upset, how frustrated he was, because it shows him sitting on the ground. He's got his helmet on, he's waiting outside of the x-ray room, and he's pissed. He's pissed that he's pissed that he's hurt. He's pissed that the team's losing. He's not out there helping. Very, very frustrating situation. Luckily, the x-ray showed that nothing was broken, but he did have an AC joint injury, which then later Tay ended up saying that it was the worst AC joint injury that he's ever had. And you're playing football for a long time, especially a receiver, you're going to get some injuries along the way. So the fact that it was the worst one that he ever had, and then he was able to show up just a few minutes later because he got a lidocaine shot. So the lidocaine shot put it in his arm. Said he was able to move it around. He said he started catching some footballs, and then he was like, all right, I'm good to go. But 45 seconds later, he goes from I don't know if I can play, to catching footballs, to going out there and dominating in the second half. Now, we're still going to be breaking down more here around the Netflix series, but you know what? I want to be able to meet up with some Raider fans here that live close to the DFW area. Hey, if you want to fly in, if you want to drive in, I think it's going to be a hell of a time. The owner of the restaurant that we're going to, again, it's going to be Saturday, July 20th at 1 p.m., and I'll stay as long as you guys want to keep the party rocking. It's at a Matitos. The owner of the Matitos is a diehard Raiders fan. I actually did a Raiders meetup, which we probably had 30, 40 people go to back in 2019. It was the first time I ever met up with Raider fans in person, and he called me. I called him. We talked. And he's going to hook us up. So if you're in the area, that's the address right there. Saturday, July 20th at 1 p.m. I'll be there. Hopefully you guys decide to pull up and have some food and some drinks with me. All right, we're going to keep it going here. Tay's message, which he gets done, he catches the footballs. He knows that he's getting ready to go back out there, but he's still he's cautious, and his wife apparently called someone. I couldn't figure out who she called. She's probably just trying to see if he's okay, which, I'm hoping Alex does that if I'm ever down. And he told the person to tell his wife that he's questionable to go back into the game, but it's just not just the shoulder, but that he hurt his shoulder. He gets back out there onto the field, and the first person that really, really shows him that he's concerned is Josh Jacobs, and the entire team. It was like you could hear a pin drop on that turf field because of just the impact that he has. Tay said that he felt good that his team has his back and that he could visually see the panic on the player's eyes, not because he likes to see his team panic, but that that's how important that you are to that football team, and that's a good feeling, which I don't disagree with. Then, one of my favorite parts, because Tay, the way he answered it was hilarious. Greg Van Roten looked at Davante, which this is one of those things where you're hanging out with your buddies and you try something that's terrible to eat, and you're like, dude, try this right now. Or you take off your shoe and you're like, bro, smell how bad this smells. Greg Van Roten looks at him and he goes, yeah, I hurt my AC joint back in 2018 and it still bothered me. Davante, in a very sarcastic and maybe even a little bit of a pissed off tone. I'm not saying he was mad, but that's just what I interpreted. He said, yeah, thanks for telling me that. Like, that's exactly what I want to hear right now, that you hurt your AC joint back in 2018 and it's still bothering you. What I thought was amazing is just like the mental toughness, and just kind of just goes to show why Davante is one of the greatest receivers of all time, not just right now. 0 catches in the first half, couldn't really get the mojo going, ends up finishing the game with, I want to say, 8 grabs for 75 yards on that bad shoulder. That's what dogs do, and that's what that's what Davante Adams is. He's a dog. Episode 2 did, I think, have a little bit of a heartbreaking ending, and the only reason why that I say that is I hate the Chargers. Spam FLAC down below. But seeing how that game ended, because I kind of forgot that the game ended the way that it did. Remember, the Raiders, they're marching. Aiden was playing phenomenal once Davante started coming back in, started to get it clicking a little bit, and then it's the 3-yard line. Aiden rolls out to the right and throws a heartbreaking interception to lose the game. Tough one to lose, but it is what it is. And then Adams ended up walking off the field, and he said F no over and over and over and over again. I would say my big overarching thing that I saw from Davante, injuries, very frustrated with how the Raiders offense works, but it was also really cool to see him behind the scenes with his family. That dude's a great dad. He's got an amazing wife. Both of his kids are super adorable, and they did a dinosaur party. Netflix show for that export, like that part was really cool. My question is, give me your grade. If you have seen the show, or even, if you heard what I said right here, give me an A, B, C, D, or F, and I want you to grade the show receiver so far. The grade that I'm going to give, I think is going to surprise some people. The reason why I'm giving the grade a D is because how can you launch a brand new show called Receiver, okay? And I'm also a Raider fan. I know a lot of y'all are a Raider fan. It is like nothing but Deebo Samuel and George Kittle the first episode. There's a little bit of Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's kind of a weirdo. I'm just going to be real. Like, I thought he was kind of a weirdo. And you're not going to show Justin Jefferson and Davante Adams the first episode of a brand new Netflix series that you're launching called Receiver. The 2 best receivers, you don't even show them. I don't want to watch the 49ers. I wanted to be there for Davante. If I was doing the show, it's every single person. It is a 60-minute show. I'm giving Davante 10 minutes. I'm giving Kittle and Deebo 15. I'm giving Jetta 10 minutes. I'm evening it out because I wanted to see Davante, and I wanted to see all these guys every single episode. So the reason why I'm probably going to have to break down episode 3 and 4 is because I'm going to guess episode 3 is not going to have Davante. If Davante's in episode 3, the next show that I end up doing around the Netflix series will only be around episode 3. I mean, you have to admit, when you watched episode 1 and you got done, I was literally like, did I miss it?
I think you're only giving it a D because of your Raider fandom. If you were in a Raiders fan, you'd be like,
it's a good show. I mean, watch it. It was a good show.
But him
my
not being in episode 1 took it all the way to a D?
Yes. No. Episode 1. Davante and Justin Jefferson aren't in it. They're the 2 best receivers. Like, I get like they're trying to play like the storyline with the Niners because they end up going to the Super Bowl that year, but like you're doing a show with Davante, Justin Jefferson, George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, and Amon-Ra St. Brown, right? Like, no disrespect to those guys. Everybody alive is taking Davante and Justin over all those. So why not put them in episode 1? I don't know. I was annoyed by it. I really was.
I think it's that I only watched episode 1 and I'd still give it a B because I thought it was still so well put together, and like the clips that they're able to get, and like the shots are amazing.
The clips are great, the shots are great, but the other thing that I don't like that I thought the other show Quarterback did well was because they had the 3 QBs, it was like, you followed along with everybody throughout the season. Episode 1 is, whatever, they're playing some games, and all of a sudden you're in week 3. Well, then you go episode 2, and now you're back to before the season starts. I liked how it all flowed. With this new one, it's because they're showing everybody's playing at different times. It's kind of harder to follow for me. I don't know. I didn't like that aspect of it. And yeah, episode 1's nothing but Niners, and it's no Davante Adams. D. D grade. What up, Noah? Win 10 to 12 games, in my opinion. You still have to get the best quarterback available. If AOC and Gardner Minshew are still kind of neck and neck, you keep AOC as a backup. I actually think that if you go 10-12, right, and you do have an opportunity to upgrade at the quarterback position, I don't know if the Raiders are going to do it, man. Like, if they go 10-12, it's not because Aiden was mediocre. It's not because Gardner Minshew was mediocre. It's because one of those two quarterbacks played at a top 20-ish level. Like, you're not winning 10, 11, 12 games in the AFC with this Raiders schedule unless your quarterbacks show you a lot. If the Raiders go 10, they win 10 games, Aiden's going to have to play well. Gardner's going to have to play well. So, now if you win 10, 11, 12, and then you get a chance to upgrade at the quarterback position and like a Dak Prescott, that's really the only name that can come to my mind right now. That could be the other area, if you have the money, that the Raiders will consider. Noah, Triceratops, Billy was my favorite Power Ranger.
Go, Power Ranger.
Triceratops really your favorite dinosaur? I'm a little bit surprised. It's a good dinosaur. It's a great dinosaur. Probably the best defensive dinosaur there was. Maybe, forget the name of it. It begins with an A. It's like Ankylosaurus or something like that. It's got like the giant club on his tail. Mm-hmm. Stegosaurus is a good one. Big dinosaur guy here. Big dino. I'll challenge you. Chuggs and I, we always play this game, the zip code game. If you send in a super chat with a dinosaur, and if I can't tell you whether or not it's a meat eater, carnivore, or herbivore, I'll take a drink. Big dinosaur guy. What up, Scott? Hey, can I get some prayers from the nation having surgery on Monday? Thank you, and God bless. I want everyone right now, real quick, get some prayer emojis in there. In fact, I need to, let me do it. Prayer emoji. I want to get some prayer emojis in here for Scott. Get some prayer emojis in there for Scott. Scott, I hope everything's hope everything's going okay, man. I know surgery can be a very, very nerve-wracking thing. I see it from Josh, from Sean, from Can't Get Right, from King Sanchez, from Esto, from Rudy Mendez, from Jake Serb. Jake Serb, I got a dad joke for you. Does anybody want to hear my dad joke for Jake Serb? Let me know down below. What up, Crash Dog? I'm up. What's up, fam? I binged Receiver during my shift last night on 1.25 speed. Great feature, Netflix. I couldn't stop watching. I loved it. It's a good show. It is a good show. But the Raider fandom in me, I'm sorry. I didn't want to watch the Niners. I wanted to see Davante. Not in episode 1. No?
Aggressive. I think this is I think Netflix, if you're watching this, you should steal this immediately. This should be the next one. He said, I need a Netflix coach show.
That would be awesome. I would say the top coaches that I would want from last year.
Okay, besides Antonio Pierce, going into this next year, because I know AP would be an awesome pick.
Yep.
Besides AP, what are the other two coaches that you would want on a Netflix coach show?
I'll admit, I actually think Dan Campbell would be interesting just because of where the Lions are at, and he's a very, fired up individual. And then I think the other two coaches or the other coach is a battle between the two coaches in our division. And I don't think it's Andy Reid. I think it would be Jim Harbaugh or Sean Payton. Two teams that I don't think are going to be very good.
Other names
but a lot of high expectations.
I want a Mike McDaniel.
Mike McDaniel would be a lot of fun. I think that would be. But we just got Hard Knocks, so I don't think that we would get that.
I think that'd be a lot of fun. Just from a weird factor, the Cardinals head coach right now, Jonathan Gannon, would be fantastic just because he looks like a total psychopath.
I'll tell you what, D'Amico would be a fun guy to watch.
D'Amico would be good.
If I can't pick Antonio Pierce, I'd pick a guy like D'Amico.
D'Amico would be good. Who else? Sean McVay. I think he's an interesting guy.
Sean McVay is a good name. I mean, but
Brian Dabble.
I want a storyline. You know what I mean?
Why did we not? Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni's got to be one.
He's a scumbag. He's a weirdo.
If Netflix made a coach show.
Somebody said Pete Carroll. He's not even a coach anymore.
Who would be the 3 coaches that you would want on it?
Gunny, you in.
Mike McDaniel.
LA Crash Dog is in the 50-50. Darth
Jim or John?
Is in.
Either Harbaugh.
Either Harbaugh.
$20 Venmo right now. You have a chance to win $100 here on the Raiders Report.
Sean Payton for the third.
That's what I said. I said Sean Payton or Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh's got to be in there. Yeah, Seeps and I are on the same path. I said Dan Campbell.
Dude, I said, for me, I guess my list would
who would be a sneaky one? Because Swaggy, my God, Bears head coach. Jesus Christ. Flus. I was going to say Matt before. I'm like,
my
that's
three.
Swaggy Flus?
D'Amico Ryans, Nick Sirianni, and I'll throw in a wild card, Sean McDermott.
I thought you said Sean McVay.
I like Sean McVay, but now thinking of it, I kind of want different personalities. Sean McDermott's another, I said another sneaky one, Arizona head coach Jonathan Gannon, because I feel like you need one just total weirdo in there.
I'll say this. I think this could be one that they would pick based on the storyline. Gerard Mayo taking over for Belichick.
That would be a good one.
That would be an interesting storyline. I hope episode 1 is just Bill coming out of that 24-year-old's house.
I was thinking, O'Connell kind of bland, but that clip you put out on Twitter the other day, he was mother effing the guys in the locker room.
Who? I like that though. He was pissed. Which Vikings had a tough year last year.
Mitch, do you think Max Crosby-Saurus is a meat eater?
Probably.
Can I ask you guys something?
What?
Do you believe that Davante Adams and Max Crosby actually both times showed up wearing the same fit?
I do, because of the way after the game, Davante looked at his wife and he's like, "Guess what Max did?" And she was able to guess it.
That's insane.
Oh, it's crazy. To wear the same outfit, I agree. But I also think it's one of those things where, you're friends, you're always around each other, and it kind of reminded me like back in my days in college when, again, you're just around people so often that you start to dress alike.
What if just like normal people, because we're around each other so much, I feel like a lot of us get some of the same Instagram ads and stuff.
Sure.
What if, just them being rich people, they got the same Louis Vuitton ads, and they were both like, "That's pretty dope."
Yeah, I'll take that. Crosby's a dog, man. Crosby's a dog.
Him or Isaiah Harnstein.
All right, I got a joke for Jake Serb. Here's my dad joke for Jake Serb. Jake, if you laugh, you owe me a drink. If you laugh, you owe me a drink.
Okay.
If Jake Serb was a dinosaur, what kind of dinosaur would Jake Serb be?
What?
A megasaurus. Chuggs didn't laugh. I've told that joke before. Man.
There's only 2 dino emojis on the iPhone. And that's the T-Rex or the
That's a Brachiosaurus.
Bronchiosaurus.
It's a Bronchiosaurus. What up, Noah Santana? For the coaches, they should do it by the divisions. So first season, AFC, and so on. That would be fun.
Oh, so you mean like AFC West 1 year? Yeah.
I think the only problem with that idea is like
there's so much coaching change.
Imagine if the year that it was supposed to be like the AFC West or the AFC South, like 2 years ago. Or there's been really bad divisions at times.
Yeah.
Like AFC North this year would be my pick. I think the AFC North is going to be the best division.
The only reason why I could see Netflix and the NFL not doing it is because of coaches getting fired mid-season.
Yeah, that's true.
And that would be really awkward.
But then again, with the receiver show, based off what I've heard, there's not a lot of Jetta because he gets hurt, because he gets popped by Marcus Epps. What up, Rebel? Favorite dino, wasted talent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a dinosaur if I've ever seen one. Darth. Lick-a-lot-puss. A lick-a-lot puss. I think that's definitely a meat eater.
Yep.
Definitely a meat eater there, Chuggs. Wasted, also definitely a meat eater.
All right, we've got our Madden Sim on tap. So get those score predictions in. Raiders at the Buccaneers.
Raiders, Buccaneers.
And I know, because I was there.
Thank you. Making me nervous. You know what? Oh! Raider! Bang! You know what? I'm feeling good, man. Let's go.
Feeling good in the neighborhood.
Feeling real good in the neighborhood. Mitch has to drink for whatever he said he would do because he didn't say whether they eat meat or veggies. 100% facts. All right. You're not wrong, OC. You're not wrong. Also, I did some digging yesterday for a jersey for your daughter, right? You said that she's turning 4, I believe is what you said. I did a little bit of digging on a jersey. I think I might have found one for you. Once I get done with the show, depending on how today goes, just try to remind me. I will try to get you something by Wednesday, but I found some toddler jerseys that I think would fit like a 4-year-old. So just something. I know you were talking about that earlier, and it just popped up in my mind. Cheers to OC Raider.
Spam OC. Is Ron Raspberry already in?
Yep. Whoo! Whoever spams OC the most, you're going to get a free opportunity to win Raiders Cowboys preseason tickets. Chuggs, you know where the seats are?
Section 136?
Nope.
126?
Nope. 139.
Oh.
Row 36. Seats?
11 and 12.
There you go. We got it. They're really good tickets.
Justin Olsen.
Justin Olsen?
Yep.
Justin Olsen gets the spot.
All righty.
Oh,
Mitch,
man.
how are you feeling about today?
Well, you said it was raining. That makes me a little nervous. Before we start the game, can I go pee? I don't have to like pee super, super bad, but I'm definitely gonna have to take a break in the middle of the first quarter. You know what I mean? Let me go drain it. I'll be right back. Get those score predictions in.
It's raining men.
You know what, Chuggs? We don't have any shots. Hey, do we have tequila out there? I'll go check. Every 20, if we have tequila, I'll do a tequila shot. Every 50 while I'm gone is a beer bong.
Okay. You heard it here first, folks. Get those score predictions in. How are we feeling? Raiders, Bucks. I mean, I also wanted to know, where is it? How y'all are feeling on this. Do we feel like Baker Mayfield is going to have another good year? I mean, he had a good little run. But yeah, Tyreek Hill called him a top 5 QB. He played well last year. What do y'all think? Will Baker have another good year this year? Give me a yes, give me a no. Kind of revived his career last year. Obviously, Raider fans know about his time with the LA Rams before eventually going to the Buccaneers. Was last year a fluke, though? Because he brought the Bucs to the playoffs, had them win a playoff game. They had the Lions on the ropes at one point. I mean, Bucs team played pretty well last year. Not going to lie. So, I would say Baker surprised a lot of people on how he played last year. Because a lot of people were expecting, was it going to be Baker Mayfield kind of swan song? Is he the bridge quarterback to their next guy? They end up giving him an extension. He obviously had some good weapons in Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Kenneth said no. I see a no from Can't Get Right. No from Billy Davis. No from Jake Serb. A lot of non-believers. Ken says yes. Yoda says yes. Carlos says yes. It's going to be really interesting. Really interesting to see how he plays this year. And whether or not last year was fluky. Baker.
All right, I got off scot-free. Coming up, we're going to get into a Madden simulation.
LA
Raiders,
Crash Dog, yeah, you're not wrong.
Bucks. What?
You said sometimes you just need the right system.
For what, QB? Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think there's been a lot of examples of it. I do think Baker is a great example of that. I also think that sometimes you just got to be in the right situation. I mean, remember how bad Jordan Love was, like when he first was in the NFL?
I will say.
Remember how bad he was against the Raiders last season?
I will say, Mitch last offseason when they signed Jimmy G said he would rather have had Baker.
Yeah. I mean, I also, before Jordan Love ever stepped foot on a field, I can remember doing a show around, I would have traded the 4th round pick for him. And people were like, this guy sucks. It's all good. Yoda, Raiders 24-21. Where does Robert Spillane buy his fishing gear? The tackle shop. Yeah, I'll tell you what right now, that's a phenomenal one, Yoda.
Good joke.
I liked it. I did like it. Raiders 24-21. That was a smart one. That was a very smart one. Oh, I forgot my beers. Let me just grab that. It's on me. That's on me. That's on me. All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
You guys ready? Week 14, Madden Sim time. Going down on the Raiders Report. Let's get it going. It's week 14 in our Madden Sim season. I'm Mitchell Renz, host of the Raiders Report. We got a game down in Tampa Bay, Florida. From what I've been told, there's going to be a little rain in the forecast. Raiders are 7-5. Buccaneers are 4-8 on the season. My question to everybody that tunes into the show is, will the Raiders make the playoffs in 2024? First year with Antonio Pierce. I want you to type yes. I want you to type no. Next week when we go live, which for those that do not know, it's going to be on Friday if you're watching this live. But when we go live next week and the next Madden stream that we break down, we're going to have the NFL playoff picture for you. That way you can see where the Raiders are stacking up against their opponents. Because usually by week 14, this is when we would get into it, just so you know. So we got a game down in Tampa, and you can already see, man, they got fireworks going off. That's how confident they are. It's raining. They're not worried about anything, and oh, my goodness. You went with the Chuggs-colored jerseys. The Kareem Sickle jerseys for Tampa Bay. If you win, they're cool. You losing those jerseys, you're a loser. We got the Raiders coming out here. Gardner Minshew getting ready to get another start underneath his belt. For those of you that do not know, this season, Gardner Minshew, when he starts, 7-1? No. I'm totally off. 7-3. Gardner Minshew this season, when he starts, 7-3. Aiden 0-2. That's why we've been rolling with Gardner, in case you were wondering, man. If you want to shout out here on the show, I want to hear who's rocking with me, who's watching with me. I want to give a shout. I got Rudy Mendez, Carlos Mora, Eric M. McLaughlin, get ready to kick this one away. Lauby, back to receive the kick. This also, just in case anybody is watching, if you watch this at a later date, these are still the Madden, 24 rosters? Madden 25, sorry. Madden 25 rosters, so from last season. So the kickoff return rules, they're still from last season. We will end up buying the new game once it does officially come out. So just, next week for everyone watching live. That's wild. Imagine we do a whole Madden simulation season like this, and then it's like the final game, regular kick return rules. But it's probably going to end up happening. Lauby, the best in the biz. He's got 3 special teams touchdowns this season. Back to receive the kick. I want to see some LVs down below. Where are we at? Let me get some LVs down below. Lauby, he's going to take this, and it's going to be a knee down. And here comes Gardner Minshew. Starting at left tackles, Colton Miller. Left guard is Jackson Powers Johnson. Andre James at center. Right guard, Dylan Parham. Right tackle, Thayer Munford. Your receivers, Davante Adams, Jacoby Meyer. Brock Bowers going to be in there in the slot. A little bit of Michael Mayer action at tight end. Main running back this season, Zamir White. Looks like right there, Michael Gallup is in. Here we go. Raiders, first down and 10. Got to get this one started the right way. It's raining a little bit. get my confidence going. I'm trying to run the football, but they're coming out right away at a shotgun with Dylan Laube. It's a little interesting there. High snap. Laube, get it. Handoff middle. He's going to get about 7 yards. Really good job there by Gardner to be able to corral that high snap by Andre James. Hands it off then to the rookie, and he's going to pick up 7. What's very interesting about this game is Zamir White early on in the season had majority, I think, of the running back touches. As the year has gone on, Laube has started to take over here a little bit. On the left side, Laube in at shotgun. Wow, Gardner takes a shot, delivers a missile, first down Raiders. I mean, that's exactly what you're looking for out of your quarterback there. It's a little bit of a delayed blitz by the Buccaneers. Minshew, though, able to stand tough, deliver a strike, first down Raiders. Get those ones down there in the chat. Ball here at the 44. Minshew, shotgun, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Laube back in at running back here. They're going to send Bowers in motion. Minshew, shotgun, fake handoff to Laube. He's got a clean pocket. He throws this one deep. Right side, throws it up to Davante. Holy shit. I think he watched the Netflix series. Receiver. Throw it up to Davante. He's always open because Jamel Dean, you just got mossed. Wow. I mean, Davante just goes up. That's you trusting your guy. That's a throw that I wish more teams would make on like 3rd down and 10 instead of a punt. You just throw it up to Davante. Maybe you get a pass interference call. 48. For those that don't know, today, every time we enter the red zone, it's shot clock. Every 10, we're going to do a shot here on today's show. I only have tequila. Every 5 is a sip of beer. Every 20 is a shot at tequila. 2nd down and goal. Ball at the 5. As soon as the Raiders score, the deal's done. If they score. I really hope they do. Kind of hope they score here. Power high. Harrison Bryant in the game. Looks like the Raiders got 3 tight ends in. Minshew. Fullback dive to Alexander Madison. I hate it. All you've done this entire drive to get you down is go out of shotgun. And that's not always what I like to see the Raiders do. It's been working. Why go away from it? Sip a beer from OC. What happens if these Madden Sims put us in the playoffs? Will you continue them into the playoffs? Yes, if we make the playoffs, we're in. 3rd down and 10. Looks, throws, right. Touchdown! Raiders! Davante Adams. Okay, Davante. Those look like my reverse jumping jacks after a Friday happy hour. I'm not going to lie to you. Davante finds pay dirt. I mean, good for the Raiders. Good for Luke Getsy to go back to the guy that got you there on 3rd down and goal. Raiders up with a touchdown. That's a hell of a start. That's a hell of a start. Let's go, man. I mean, you could not have asked for a better drive there. You're 7-5 on the season. Based off of the playoff picture that I was looking at, Raiders got to win 10 games. So you got 5 games left. If you don't win 3 out of your next 5, I don't think they have a shot in hell of getting in. Because if the season were to end today in the playoffs, Raiders 7-5, they don't make the playoffs. Here we go. Raiders got to kick this one away. Oh, look at this. Daniel Carlson is in the game for the first time all season in a kick return. I said it like a few weeks ago, and I was like, F it, we'll just go with A.J. Cole the entire year. I'm glad it got switched up. It's going to be returned here out of the end zone. Out of the 3, gets up to the 24, and here comes Baker Mayfield walking out onto the field. Soaked, some might say. Soaked. Baker Mayfield. You got to get some pressure on him. That game against the freaking Rams where the Raiders were up 16-3, 2 minutes left, and they lost. Baker still haunts me in that game. That was a tough one. That was one of the most difficult games I've ever had to sit through because that was also, Thursday Night Football? Yeah, that was brutal. 3 to the right, pistol formation here for Baker. Forgot about that. Handoff up the middle, nowhere. Rashad White goes nowhere. If you're the Raiders here, Antonio Pierce got to have a little bit of insight on White. White was a running back for Arizona State when Antonio Pierce was there. So you got to imagine, hey, man, I got a little bit of insight on this guy. Stack the box. Power I formation. It's a bunch. 2 receivers to the right. Fake handoff to White. Baker looks, throws right side. Open. It's just too easy. It's just too easy. Looking for his guy, Chris Godwin. Going to pick up 17 yards. First down, Tampa Bay. I mean, that was a perfect layered throw. He threw it right over the linebacker, Eichenberg. Yep, right over Eichenberg. And Hobbs is a half a second too slow.
We actually have Oklahoma alum and notable Broncos fan Sam Brown here in studio.
F Sam in the chat. I'm wearing my Super Bowl shirt from last year. Hopefully the Raiders can wind up there next year against Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's what I'm rooting for, at least.
Sign me up for that.
I think
in a
that's the
heartbeat.
people's Super Bowl.
I don't think that anybody would else rather have a better Super Bowl.
Sam heard Baker Mayfield and he ran in here.
Oh, dude.
I stopped doing my job just to come in here and watch it.
I'm just happy Sam's got black sweatpants on.
Sam ran in and goes,
It's true.
He hit us with the finger hawk, Tua. Fake handoff by Baker, looking back on 2nd and 8. Raiders get some pressure. He's just got to check this one down. Oh, missed tackle by Nate Hobbs. It's been a rough day for Hobbs.
3rd and Mitch.
3rd and Chuggs coming up here. Ball at the 47. Though, I'll tell you this. This is I think this is a good one. Like,
It's 3rd
Oh,
down.
that's a good amount of inches right there. That's good distance. That's aggressive Masterator if I've ever seen it. Handoff for Rashad White. Bounces it off to the right side, and a nice open field tackle there by Marcus Epps. I mean, I think if Epps doesn't make that tackle, that might have been 6. It's raining, it's wet and slippery. That tackle is a very, very tough one to make. And because of the rain and the way that the wind's blowing, they got to probably pick up this first down and put them in field goal range. Baker under center. They're going to go back to the ground game. No, really good delayed handoff there. Baker on play action. I don't know what that was. I'm not going to even act like... was he over the line of scrimmage? For them to pick up 4 yards to Cade Otton, I literally feel like he was like, handed it to him. What on earth was that? Oh, man. We got to get some pressure here. Very interesting formation there. Single safety coverage. Baker drops back, missed him. 3rd down and 6. Come on, man. I need y'all to get loud. You want a shout out here on the Raiders Report? I need some threes down below.
3rd down.
Ron Raspberry, Jake Serb, Yoda Jenkins. Baker Mayfield, shotgun. Got to get a stop here. Reverse. Oh, God. Malcolm, I feel like, spun the wrong way. I feel like you've seen the reverse jumping jack? That was the reverse spin by Malcolm. That was they're not going to show it. Pick up too easy there. Just soft coverage. It's the soft coverage that has killed the Raiders this Madden season. It's just over and over and over again. Ball to 29. Baker under center. I mean, Rashad White is never blocking Max Crosby. There is never a situation on this planet that he's getting blocked by Max. No way. 1st down and 10. We're in the red zone, which means every 5 we're taking a sip. Every 20 is a shot at to kill you. Every 50 is a beer bong. Let's do it. It's Thursday. Baker, shotgun. Looks, throws. I think that one slipped out of his hand. That had to slip out of his hands, no? That wasn't even close. That might have hit a batter. If you throw that 0-2, that's hitting a batter. He's crowding a little bit, no doubt about it. Baker, shotgun. You got a running back on your right hip, 3 to the left. Looks like Otton's by himself to the right. Raiders going, oh, man. I think they went with zone. They got turned around. And now it's 1st down and goal. But no, suavemente, bang! Let's go, Noah. It's my 3rd bang. The MVP showing up. Handoff. And it's a hell of a tackle made there by Tyree Wilson. That's a hell of a tackle there by Tyree Wilson. Whoever spams Noah the most we're going to give away a free spot for our Raiders Cowboys preseason tickets. 2nd and goal. Baker under center. Oh, he hands it off. Really good read there. Really good read there by Divine Diablo, but also a hell of a job by Christian Wilkins to fill that up. Chuggs, I need you.
It's a 3rd down.
Come on, man. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. If you can get a stop here, if I'm Tampa Bay, I'm on my home field, though they're not a good running team. They're not a good running team. I'd probably pass. Oh, man, Divine, you got to get your head turned around, homie. 3rd and goal, ball at the 3, and they're going to run it up the middle. No way! Dude, there's no way he's in. You got to challenge that. There's no way when that was ruled a touchdown, he wasn't even close. Dude, he's not in. He's not in. Challenge it. The ball's in his right hand. No way. There's no way he's in. What are we doing? You got to challenge that. Oh, my God. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. I can't even believe that. Raider Rudy, you got the spot. And let's be honest. Was he in? No way he's in. Why for yes and for no? If this is a real game and that's the call, we are losing our mind right now. I think for tomorrow, what would be fun? Kickoff return here out of the end zone, or right at the goal line here by Laub. He's going to get out to the 26. What if, because we tweet obviously during the game. Let's say, how about for the Saints game, week 17? I'll tweet while I'm watching this. So it'll be like, people are going to be following me like, what is happening right now? What a catch by Laub. Davante. Derek Carr stinks. Ball here at the 26. I think it'd be kind of fun. Minshew handoff left side. Zamir. Zamir's going to get about 4 yards. 2nd down and 6.
You can do it for game tomorrow.
Yeah, I definitely could do it for the game tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow. Why wait? It's Monday Night Football, right? I'll wait. Type Monday Night Football. I say we do it. Ball at the 30. Minshew. 2nd down and 6. Davante here. He's going to go in motion. Davante's got the matchup. Nobody's in the slot. Oh, God, Gardner. That was not good. That was not good. That was a bad read. That should have gone to Davante. As soon as he moves in motion and there's 2 guys in the middle of the field and nobody's on Davante needs to go to slant and just quick hit.
Yoda, you pointed it out. I don't know why they have this weird graphic of Gardner doing spins in the backfield.
Where? Oh, boy.
He'll always do these random
spins.
360s.
Yeah, that was like last season when it would be randomly like Jimmy Garoppolo would be able to throw like 70 yards. Yeah, he'd be like just scrambling, back foot throw 60 yards down the field. He can't throw 40 yards. Yeah, that's a brutal drive there. A.J. Cole, that's a hell of a punt in the rain. Great tackle there by Amari Burney, 2nd-year guy out of Florida. All right, here we go. We got to get a stop here, y'all. Gotta get a stop. The Bucs are a team that do concern me just because of their quick-hitting, passing game.
I feel like the Bucs might be the most underrated team in the NFL. Everybody assumes that they suck. They won a playoff game last year. They almost beat the Lions in round 2.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think that, everybody thought, oh, Derek, he's going to go down to the Saints. They're going to easily win that division. Baker proved a lot of people wrong, myself included. I did not think Tampa Bay was going to be good last season. Baker showed up. The Bucs showed up. Their running game was horrible, but they were able to throw the ball pretty effectively. Now, you got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. You definitely had some good options there. 2nd down and 5 for Gardner. Baker Mayfield. He's going to drop back, slings it. Dude, another very good layered throw there. Right over the head of Robert Spillane. I don't even know if Spillane saw it. Ball to 46. Better career, Davante Adams or Mike Evans? Wow. I have my answer, and I don't think y'all are going to like it.
You think it's Mike Evans?
He's got a Super Bowl ring. I bet you if you asked Davante, he'd say the same thing. Davante wants a ring. Mike Evans has got one. Davante doesn't have one. I think because of that, it's Mike Evans. Like, both guys have had unbelievable regular season careers. Davante, he's probably got more touchdowns. Evans, I would say, has more yards. Davante probably has more catches. But one of the guys has got a ring. And that's really all that matters, man. 1st down and 10. Ball to 27. Fake handoff. Baker pulling his Gardner Minshew back. I mean, like, nobody's making that throw. He is literally running like this. Throws the ball across his body while being pressured 40 yards down the field. Laser beam. He overthrew him. He overthrew him. No, not going to happen. No, I'm pretty sure the ball's at the 27 and now it's at the 28. So I don't know how that happened. 2nd down and 10. Handoff. White. The Raiders have really struggled to stop the running game this game. 9 for 44 and a touchdown.
So you're going Mike Evans over Davante Adams just because of the ring, though?
Just because of the ring.
I think, along with the Bucs being underrated, I think a lot of people underrate how good Mike Evans has been.
He's got 10 straight years.
Has not had a single season under 1,000 yards.
1st down and 10. Baker drops back, pressured by Wilkins.
Oh, how did he not get that sack?
Like, come on, man. You're telling me, without looking,
while getting sacked.
10 yards down the field. That's absurd, man. Can't get right. Madden is high. Ball D8, shot clock time.
It is Madden.
It is Madden. Unbelievable. There's just no way that you're making that throw. I'll also say a thing that has kind of helped the offenses that Evans has been in. A lot of Bruce Arians. You've had Tom Brady. They've thrown the ball a lot. I mean, Jameis, 30 for 30. An offensive lineman, that's unbelievable. Yeah, Madden's high. Come on. I've never seen that. In all my years of playing Madden, have you ever seen an offensive lineman catch the football? No, you haven't.
Yes, only because...
Not like on a route.
There's a fake field goal that one of the linemen run out.
That's absurd. 3rd and 4. Oh, watch this. This is going to be an unbelievable throw. Wow, I can't believe it. Throws it, and they get the stop. Those were the worst 3 sequences of plays in Madden I have ever seen. That last final drive was horrendous.
Wilkins was dominant, though.
I mean, Wilkins was great. That's what you expect out of him. Well, I mean, that was bad football. There's somebody that's watching this show for the very first time. And they're like, so that's what I can expect from American football. It's probably Martin. Martin, were you around? Martin was around this football season, right? Yeah. 10-7 ball game. Bucks up. Raiders, they don't get ball to start the second half either, so you got to go down the field here. Luckily, you got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. Yeah. Raiders Sancho. Martin! He's asleep. He's definitely asleep. He had some tea, probably some Earl Grey tea, some toast. He's been asleep for 4 hours.
Some blood sausage.
Yikes. Ball to 3. Laube with a horrendous juke. Does get out to about the 25-yard line. And, you know, if I'm the Raiders here, I'm a little bit nervous just because I don't want to say that first drive was a fluke, but kind of was a little bit of a fluke. Minshew threw one up down the field, 48 yards. Davante came down with it, and you were able to punch that one in. Besides that play, really haven't been able to move the football that well. If you're looking for Raiders content every single day, hit that subscribe button. And if you're having fun watching a Madden sim, I can only imagine how much fun that you're going to have once the season actually gets going. Handoff, Laube. Oh, boy, Munford gets hurt. Also, Kyle Lowry, 1-year deal with the Sixers.
Wow.
There you go.
They're probably doing it.
Yeah, it just happened. 10-7, second down and 7 coming up here. Ball to 27. Yo, and I know, Munford got hurt. I would imagine that Delmar...
Yeah, last time it was Glaze.
I was going to say, last time it was Glaze, which I feel like I got to get a Glaze jersey.
Get glazed.
That could be your Hawk Tua.
Get glazed?
Get glazed. And you're just like,
Yeah.
there you go. Minshew. Oh, he had him. Somebody cut that. Get glazed. Little fingers and then, 3rd and 7. I mean, he had him. Let him there just a little bit too far. I mean, just a little bit too much.
Just a bit outside.
Probably the rain. No, probably the rain. Yeah, Glaze is in the game at right tackle. Minshew, you better get this one because this game could get ugly. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Parham, I don't know what you're upset about. He got bulldozed.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Which,
bulldozed.
crazy also, I saw a list, top defensive tackles, had Christian Wilkins on it. Did not have Vita Vea,
That's criminal.
which he's insane.
Yeah, I mean, Vita Vea might be more of an alien. I think he's a better athlete than Christian Wilkins. Like, Vita Vea is probably one of the best athletes pound for pound in the NFL. Oh boy, he's going to get down about 39. Rashad White, been killing us, man. He's been killing us. Where is Vita? Did you see where he was ranked? It was only top 10. Only top 10? Yeah, it's a bad list.
Only top 10 and he wasn't in it.
That's a bad list. I mean, right now, I don't think I could name 9 defensive tackles I'd rather have over Vita Vea. It'd be tough. Definitely would be tough. Here we go. Baker's under center. They got a 10-7 lead. Raiders really got to slow this running game down. My goodness. I mean, you're averaging 5.6 yards per carry right now with freaking Rashad White, the team that was dead last in the NFL in rushing yards a season ago. And they have all 3 timeouts. If you're the Raiders, do you start... That's a little bit past Germany because Germany's plus 49. So a little bit further. Do you know anybody in that area? Okay. is Rashad White just, who is this guy? He just broke 4 tackles. Sure, he only got 4 yards, but still hella impressive. If you're Tampa Bay, I let this go down to the 2-minute warning. Let it go down to the 2-minute warning. You save your 3 timeouts because you're at the 40. Like, you're almost like you don't want to score too quick here. I want him to call hike, though. I thought he was going to do it. I thought Madden was going to give me one. Madden's been screwing me, man. Reminder, if anybody wants in for a duck race to win a little bit of money, $20 Venmo at Mitchell Renz 365. Right now, you would win $100 here on the show. Also, if you want a chance to win Raiders-Cowboys preseason tickets, Crosby's getting held. Not going to call it. I know, come on. It's raining. You get tackled like that. That's bullshit. If you want a chance to win Raiders-Cowboys preseason tickets, $10 Venmo at Mitchell Renz 365. We're going to do a raffle tomorrow live on the show. 1st down and 10. Ball to 38. Baker, shotgun. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Baker's going to drop back here. He's going to sling one. He's just wide open. Nate Hobbs has been a bad day for Nate Hobbs. I mean, again, you're going up against Mike Evans. Not an easy battle, but he's been beat multiple times. Bad missed tackle, and he gets beat again there. And that's just pitch and catch. I don't know what he's doing. He doesn't even know the play. Come on, Nate. You're better than that. You're better than that, Nate. Wow. Burn. Boom. Roasted. Shot clock. Baker's under center. Handoff. It's a really big stop. Didn't get it, though. That would have been a touchdown last drive. You still cannot convince me. There was that play. Do you remember that, like the feet? There was a play earlier this Madden season. It was just egregious how bad of a call it was, and nothing. They just counted it. Ball to 1. 38 seconds to go. Do you let him get in? All right. You just did. 17-7 is going to be the score here. You got about, 38 seconds and all three of your timeouts. I do think, and I will admit, I really, really do think that this game against the Bucs could be a bit of a trap game. This game makes me nervous. Because like Chuck said, they're a lot better of an opponent than what they get credit for. You also got the Chiefs the week before that. Got the Broncos the week before that. You got Monday Night Football the week after. This is a game that I am scared about. A little bit of a trap game. 6 plays, 61 yards. I mean, this is 17 straight unanswered points here. Christ. 17 straight. You got to silence this a little bit, AP. You got to go in one possession ball game. Give Daniel a chance. You got 3 timeouts. I see Raider Rudy. Jake Serb, what's up? Billy Davis says Sanders. You might need to click live. Billy, I'm just going to tell you. Yoda, what's up, man? What's up, Les? Bucks can't score again because I predicted 34-17 from Jake. Oh, boy. Jake, I don't know if that one's going to happen, man. I don't know if that one's going to happen, though. I hope it does. You seem like a guy who would be a good neighbor. And Lauby's going to get it out to the 24. So you got 32 seconds. What? Oh. 17-7. I'm like, what happened in that amount of time? Lauby tackled. Are you running or are you passing? You're going to pass, right?
You got to throw.
You got to chuck it around. Oh, yeah, they're going to sling it. Or Noah Madden. This is a QB draw. 3 to the right. It might be 4. No, 3.
Dude, Parham is just getting
worked.
Destroyed.
Worked. Parham is getting obliterated right now by Vita Vea. They need to get somebody else out there. Also, that throw by Gardner could not have been a more risky throw. That was in triple coverage. Also, it was the 3 receivers. 2nd down and 4. They're like, you know what? It was so bad the last time. Let's run it again. Minshew, shotgun, drops back. I don't know what Bowers is doing. Get out of bounds. Call timeout. You got to call timeout. I think Bowers tried to sack him. What is happening with Madden today? This is the most insane game that we have ever done. Bowers just tried to sack Gardner Minshew. Is there something in the rain? Just happy dads?
Compound V.
Oh, dude. What a show. The boys. Who's watching the boys? Who's watching the boys? 1st and 10. Ball to 23. Give yourself a chance. There's a little bit of slurring going on there. Gardner's going to drop back. What is happening? I mean, he just tried to glaze Dylan Lauby. Let's call it what it was.
Oh,
that
God.
was. If I'm Lauby, I'm taking myself out of the game. If I'm Lauby and Gardner Minshew does that to me, I'm asking to be traded. Yoda, I'm with you. I don't know what that
It's
was.
my strong hand.
Gardner drops back. Got to check it down here. Now, I mean, you got to call timeout. You got to call timeout. Now you got 9 seconds. Ball's at the 49.
Can Carlson hit this?
No. I don't know if Janikowski in his prime's hitting this.
How
in
far
the
is
rain?
this?
I mean, this is a 60, 70. It's a 70-yard field goal. About a 70-yarder in the rain. I don't know. Against the wind.
You got to throw it out of bounds, though.
You got to get this has got to go 7-8 yards, and you just got to hope Daniel can kick it through. Oh boy, what are we doing? I mean, you couldn't have asked for anything better. You couldn't have asked for anything. Never a doubt. Never a doubt. Ron Raspberry, I'm with you. This sim is brutal, man. This one's brutal. 3 seconds. Now you're gonna bring out Carlson, and you make this a 1-possession game. That's good. You got to make this a 1-possession game. About a 39-yard field goal here.
You shanked it.
Don't say that. Carlson. He said it's good. All right. 17-10. 17-10 is the score. Halftime of the game. Again, we're going to do a duck race at the very end of the show. During the regular season, we will actually do them during the halftime show. But here, it's Madden. We're going to keep it moving a little bit. Chuggs, how much for a boot? We got 3 bangs. You got a boot in you? When was the last time we did a boot race? I'll make you guys a deal, okay? We get 3 bangs, Chuggs is doing a boot. If we get 5 bangs, I'm going to do a boot race. Gallon of lemon. No, I'm just kidding. Never again. I peed 9 times when I went home that night. That's not an exaggeration. I literally think I peed. Like when I got home, so my walk home is a 15-minute walk. I peed before I left. I almost peed my pants by the time I walked in. Like I got home, I had to pee, and Chuck was looking at me like, it's my turn, bro. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? El Loco, I was pissing lemons. I was pissing lemons, man. Here we go. Is that Carlson or is that Daniel back out there? Or AJ? Jesus. Who's that? Is that Leonard Fournette? And here comes Baker. We got to get a stop. I mean, we have not been able to get pressure on Baker all day. Haven't been able to get pressure all day. If you're wondering what our July bang competition is, LCA's in first. Noah Santana one behind him in second. And then there is a large gap, Chuggs, to David Zahn, Ira, OC, Patrick B, Ed Robbins. Baker, handoff.
No way David could catch up.
Don't do that. 2nd and 7.
I actually don't think he has it in him to catch up.
Don't do that. Ball to 28. 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go. I hope David's not here. You just woke a beast. I don't even know if that's a check I can cash right now. I'm up for the challenge though. Throw left side, first down. Christ. Can we get a stop for the love of God? Raider Rudy Yoda Jenkins, I'm with you. Jacob Serve, I'm getting frustrated. This defense has been so good at times, and then it's just really, the game's, it's literally pouring, and Baker's just slinging it, man. Handoff. Rasheed Wright, Rasheed White's just killing us, man. Carlos Marin Rivera said, put me in, coach. Are you going to do better? You think right now you go in the game, what position are you playing? What position do you think Carlos is playing? Safety? Right now, we need all the help we can get. Nate, this might be the worst Nate Hobbs game I've ever seen. Quite frankly, I'm happy it's happened in the Madden. I'm happy that it's happened in the Madden. Bobby Hernandez, can I get a hoya? I mean, look at that. That's another missed tackle. And Jacorian just watched them go by. Trevon Merrick. This simulation is worse than an episode of George of the Jungle.
That is weirdly specific.
I was just going to say. Somebody randomly had to watch that show and like, this is horrendous. Or is it because it rains? Fake handoff. Baker moves to the right, throws it completed, gain of 2. You got to hold him here to a field goal. You cannot allow this to go to a 2-touchdown game. Your offense has not been able to show you that you can move it effectively enough. Kevin, this is BS. I'm with you. Here we go. Baker, bunch formation, fake handoff, looking again. Apparently the Buccaneers just have the greatest offensive line that's just ever been assembled. I mean, it's just unbelievable. 3rd down and 3. Chuck's like, what do you want me to do, man?
They do have Tristan Wirfs rated pretty high in this game.
Wirfs is amazing. Amazing of a player. But this is a tough one to watch. Baker, handoff. They're just going to plow forward. I don't know if there's going to be a game all year where the Bucs run this much. Man. Reminder, y'all, $10 Venmo to get in for a chance to win Raiders, Cowboys tickets. And if you want to in our duck race today, $20 Venmo for that at Mitchell Renz 365. We are in the red zone. What? Is he all right? Somebody check on him. I mean, he loses a yard, but he looked like he was kind of going crazy. It looked like I Am Legend creeped into his body. Or the guys from Space Jam just took over his powers. He was juking in the backfield. I don't know what he was doing. Loss of 1. It is shot clock, though. Ball at the 20. Baker had a shotgun. Shotgun. Looking. Throws short. The Vines just trying to keep him to stop. I mean, Baker today, 15 and 19. They're just getting that underneath route. They're getting 7. They're getting 8 every time. 7, 8, underneath every time. Ball to 13. Got to hold him to a field goal here, PG. This coverage right now by Robert Spillane is going to just tick me off. Baker's going to drop back. Throws. Just way too soft, man. It is just way, way, way too soft, the coverage. I think it's the backup tight end because Cade Otton, I think, went down with an injury unless he's back in. Laird at 39. I think that was their fullback then. Baker again at a shotgun. Kevin. It's a really good stop. We need a turnover. Can I wish it back into existence again? Are we going to let really Rashad White score 3 touchdowns against us? Ball to 2. This has been a hell of a drive by the Bucs, man. They are just killing the clock. Absolutely killing the clock. I know we need a Crosby play. We need something. What is Devine doing? And it's Mike Evans. Son of a gun, man. 23-10. This game has been a tough one. This has been a tough game to watch. Baker was looking. I mean, what are you going to... Devine can't do anything about it. You got to stick to your man. What was it? It was Trey Taylor. Grandma Trey's not going to like that one, Trey. 21 pass, 19 rush. This has been very methodical drives. Both very methodical. 12 plays, 73 yards. That's like in real life Madden or real life football. That's like a 20 play drive. That was brutal. Get the boos down below. The boo birds. Defense just did not show up today. Defense just did not show up today. El Loco, I'm with you. Need some good vibes here. Where's Muerte? No flags yet from Yoda. Yeah, there's not been many games that have flags in them, quite frankly. Here we go, Laube from the 1. Ball to 27. Wow. Oh, man. That's a good one. Yikes. Hey, what is up? All right, here we go. Minshew Mania needs to let this one rip. I know Gallup's always in the huddle. Maybe that's the problem with our offense. He's always in the huddle, never on the field. Maybe that's the problem with the game. Yeah. Minshew's under center. And this one's going to go to Zeus. Down 14. Let's start running the rock. Come on, Getsy. Yeah, Tucker doesn't get much time in this game. Bowers in the slot, which, again, that's what's going to happen. Bowers is going to be in more than Trey Tucker this season. I am curious, though, after hearing Trey Taylor speak some good stuff about Michael Gallup, could be interested to see what happens with him. Gardner, shotgun, fake handoff to Laube. Dylan Parham, I don't know, we're going to have to start double teaming somebody. Vita Vea is just destroying the interior of our offensive line. What do you do here? Who are you going to? You're not 4-down territory yet because you're not in the fourth quarter, but there's also a part of me where I'm like, we might have to go for it if we don't get it. What is this formation? Davante saying, throw me the ball. Good. Throw him the ball. First down, Raiders. Holy crap. Davante, 3 of 64 today. Again, you think about that first drive. Hail Mary throw up to Davante for 48 yards, set you up for a touchdown. Besides that, this offense has not been able to move the football. Gardner has been bad. The offensive line, though, has been bad. Minshew, oh boy, he's switching things up here. Getsy's probably thrilled about that. That's the right read. Get the ball into Davante's hands. He's always open. Minshew today, 9 of 13 for 142. Raiders have 151 yards of total offense. Have not been able to run the ball at all. Adams 4 for 78. Like, that's where I'm going back to. He probably saw one-on-one coverage, switched it up, go to the slant, hit him quickly. Power I. Madison's the fullback. You got 2 to the left. Mayer's got his hand in the dirt. Minshew drops back, slings it, gets 1. And that's wild. You would think they'd be able to figure that out by now. No? People just walking through tables and shit. Empty backfield set. Bowers looks confused. Mayer looks confused. Minshew, oh boy. I thought he was going to run into it. I'll tell you what. I don't know how he completed that ball. Minshew ran directly to the defender, threw it through another defender into the hands of Jacoby, 3rd down and 3. You can't make it up. If you're the Raiders, yep. What are you challenging? The fact that it went through somebody's mouth? I think he caught it. He just A-trained this thing. That's a catch. It's a catch. He might have laces in his throat, but that's a catch. 3rd down and 3. We'll see what the call is. Tampa Bay challenged it. It's got to be play stands. You're saying it is? Is that what it is? I can't hear it. They're saying the play stands, 3rd down and 3. Do you run the rock here or do you throw it? Because if I'm the Raiders, I want to try to pick up a few yards. It's still kind of a long field goal for Daniel, especially in the rain. You got to make this. Field goal doesn't do nothing. You got to score a touchdown. Minshew drops back. Parham might have got away with one there. And guess who's open? It's Davante Adams, 1st down and goal. Just every play, draw one up, throw it to him. Every play, just draw it up and throw it to him. Jason Gutierrez, AOC is better than Sanders. Maybe. He's 0-2 this year, guys. Again, I know like real life compared to Madden, he's really bad in Madden. Like, he's really bad in Madden. Ball to 2. Gardner, under center. Davante, is that what that red X means? He's hot, he's feeling it? What are you doing, Zamir? Zamir gets tripped up. That needed to be a touchdown. The fact that that's Vita Vea's first tackle, it doesn't even seem right. Yeah. 20 rush plays to 5. That's the difference in this game.
Oh, yeah.
4th quarter time here. Gardner, 2nd down and goal. I mean, you have no choice. Oh, my goodness. Broken tackle here by Zamir. Couldn't break another. Cansey. Elijah or Kalijah? Kalijah Cansey from Pitt. That was a guy that we talked about a lot. Loss of 4. That's unbelievable. This game has been frustrating, dude. Minshew shotgun. Got to get rid of it. Back of the... Oh, my God, he dropped it. Was that Davante? Did he drop that? It was Mayer? That looked like Davante. Michael Mayer drops it. He wants a hold. Why? Why are we kicking a field goal? It's the 4th quarter. Make this 24-13. I guess the only logic is that you think that your defense here, obviously you're going to have to get a stop. You're hoping that you get 2 more possessions. You're thinking like, I can get 2 more possessions here if I get 2 stops. Touchdown, field goal, worst case scenario. But if I'm AP in that situation, I'm going for a touchdown, man. You got to go for a touchdown there. A field goal, this is still a 2-possession game. I really, really disagree with that play call there by Antonio Pierce. You think you could hold down the fort for a minute? I got to go pee.
In this instance, you would tweet out, "What the hell, Antonio Pierce? Awful decision making."
Correct. And tomorrow I'll do that.
All right. Need a stop. Raiders down 13-24. 7:24 remaining in the 4th quarter. Raiders defense hasn't been able to stop a nosebleed today. They need to get off the field. They need to let the Raiders offense try to put some more points up on this board. Baker, shotgun. He takes a snap. It's handoff to Rachaad White, who gets 6. My man has 19 rushes for 90 yards and 2 touchdowns. El Loco says, stop them or wrap it up and go home. Yeah. Madden's selling on this Raiders defense right now. 2nd and 4, I formation. I've been running a lot today. It's going to be a play action, actually. Throw over to the side. Another throw to the offensive lineman. Oh, no. That's Laird. Okay, that's the backup running back. I was like, is that another offensive lineman? All right, need to get off the field here. 3rd and 3. Raiders have not been able to get off the field at all today. Single back. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and it's just like the Red Sea just parted. Another first down by Rachaad White. Terrible. Just terrible. 1st and 10, shotgun. Kevin, hate to break it to you. Madden, so not going to be true. As Rachaad White, oh my goodness. Another first down run for Rachaad White. I mean, you're backed up against the wall right now if you're this Raiders defense. I mean, I don't even know if you can allow them another yard on this drive.
Oh, my God. Same story.
Oh, and as I say that,
What
the Condor.
How is that only a 5-yard loss? I feel like that should have been a loss of 10.
Type those 98s.
Come on, man. We got to get a stop here. Holy crap.
Type those 98s.
You need some sort of a turnover here. You need something to happen. You need something to happen. Shotgun. Baker drops back, slings it, and it's broken up, incomplete. 3rd down and 15. If I'm the Bucs here, I actually think that I would consider running the football to at least burn more of the clock. Because the Raiders got to score.
You might get in field goal range because the Raiders have allowed like 10 yards to carry.
True. I'd probably run the football here if I was Tampa Bay. True. Here we go. Baker's going to drop back. Crosby. Sack. Get those 98s down below. That's a hell of a play there by the Condor. Clock's still running. That looks nothing like him. That was a rookie photo. It might have been. He's got no tats in that photo. He looks a little different now. My man is tatted up. I'll actually admit, it's one thing that they can't. Why can't they do tattoos in games? Just because it's like property of the artist, maybe. I feel just like we have graphics good enough. Why can we not get a guy with a tattoo? Laube, come on, Laube, come on, Laube. Way more players, but like there's certain people, like yeah. Ball to 20. You got to figure out a way to get down the field. You have to score before the 2-minute warning, whether that's a field goal or whether that's a touchdown. You have to score before the 2-minute warning. If you're in field goal range before the 2-minute warning, you got to consider it. Minshew drops back, throw. Holy shit, that was close, man. That could not have been closer. Anthony Green says, Mitch, I need some entries in your duck race. I got Green and I got Anthony. Right now, $20 Venmo, you're in. You'd win $130 here on the Raiders Report. Minshew, shotgun, 2nd down and 10, slings it. Just keep going to Davante every freaking time. Just keep going to Davante every time. 13 and 19. Davante's got 6 for 126. What are we doing? Davante every play until they stop it. You don't need to be creative. Just do it until they stop it. Go to Davante. You got a linebacker on him right now. Gardner drops back, slings it. Why? I'll take that, though. Nice play right there by Michael Mayer. We got to hurry up. Let's go. Got to hurry up. Got to hurry up. Tampa Bay, what? They're being aggressive? Strip ball? That's surprising. Come on. Let's go. Get up to the line here. Way too much time is moving. Davante by himself. Gardner, shotgun, ball to 44. Gardner's going to drop back. Looking. Down the middle of the field. Oh, my God, he missed him. He had him. That needs to be a walk-in touchdown. That needs to be a walk-in touchdown. Davante beat his guy. Man. That one's heartbreaking. Holy shit. 3 minutes and 11 seconds. All 3 timeouts here for the Raiders. It's freaking pouring here. Gardner looking. Searching. First down. Michael Mayer. And here we go. Let's move it up here a little bit. Ball to 32. Got to score before the 2-minute warning. Got to score before the 2-minute warning. Lavonte David on the tackle. Come on, AP. Let's go. I'm with Yoda. Hurry up. Type H if you want him to hurry the hell up. Come on. Gardner, shotgun. 2 to the right. Davante's by himself on the left again. Minshew looking. He's got all day to throw. Munford back in the game. Throws. Mayer caught. All the way down at the 1. Let's go. Hurry up. You got to score before the 2-minute warning. If you're able to punch it in here for a touchdown before the 2-minute warning, that's massive. Raiders have really struggled, though, today in the red zone. We just have no urgency right now. Let's go. Laube in at running back. Very questionable call right there. I'm going to run. Oh, man, Minshew's going to drop back, slings it. Touchdown, Raiders. What a drive there by Michael Mayer. Davante Adams, Michael Mayer. That's a hell of a drive. Now you got to go for 2. Now you got to go for 2. I mean, you got to go back to 87 or 17. Who would you go to, 87 or 17? You got to go to one of them. I like this one-on-one matchup here by Davante. Minshew's dropping back. Got him. Got him. Jacoby. Too easy. That was a bad throw, though. He threw that drastically behind him. And I mean drastically behind him. Holy cow. Oh, dude. Ball at the 35. Am I nervous? Of course I'm nervous. Because the Raiders are going to have the 2-minute warning. I'm telling you what right now, that's monumental. You have 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. We need a turnover here. No. You kick it. Kick it. Get a stop. 2-minute warning and 3 timeouts. I am looking at you. Here we go. Ball to 22. Come on, defense. Yoda, Jason, L. Come on, man. We get a stop. Get the ball back. Get the ball back. 2:11 to go. Tampa Bay, you run the football here? Yeah? Okay. They've been able to run the ball well. 24-21 is the score. Raiders have to get a stop. If you do not get a stop, game is over. Here we go. Mayfield, power I. Holy shit, they're slinging it. And they complete it. That's all right. Honestly, it sucks. You still have a shot here, though. Now it takes you to the 2-minute warning. Now the Raiders do legitimately have to get a stop, or else the game is over. Which, very, very surprised there that Tampa Bay threw that football. It worked, but in the rain, that's an interesting call. Pistol formation. Handoff. I mean, Jacorian's getting held. Timeout, Raiders. Yeah, man. Jacorian was getting held there. Bennett on the tackle. Still able to pick up 5. The problem is Tampa Bay's got to be averaging 5-6 yards a carry in this game. They have just been dominating. Get up closer to the box. Baker. Handoff. Just too easy. First down. That's going to do it. Oh, man. I don't understand how it can be that easy. It's too easy. Joe Maldonado, you, sir, are in. Joe Maldonado is in. All right. Baker, another handoff. He just can't stop anything. You let him score. Might as well. All right, I'm done. Let me just fast forward. If this is a game I'm playing, instantly off. I'm walking away. I'll be back in 2 hours. All right. Is there a speed up button? Can we hit that? Is there a fast forward? Ah, man. Maybe there is a fumble. I hope there is. I'll tell you this, though. In a real life game, I would be like, just give me to the end. Because watching this like in an actual game is just... They kick a field goal. That's so disrespectful. That's so disrespectful. Imagine that gets blocked. I mean, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's obvious that Bowles had the over. That's all I'm saying. He had the over. He bet on something. Raiders lose 27-21, and the worst, weirdest Madden game I have ever seen. The amount of shit that happened in that game was insanity. Insanity. If you had a good time today, though, seriously appreciate the fact that you tuned in in July. We're going to be doing live shows like this all the time during the year, during the preseason, during the regular season. And if you had a good time watching Madden, I'm telling you right now, we're going to rock it during the regular season. We usually get a little over 100,000 people that'll tune in for our watch parties. A lot of giveaways, a lot of good stuff. Shout out to today's MVP so far, Santana Suave. All right, y'all. Final call to get in, Chuggy Bull. Final call to get in. That one hurt, dude. That one hurt. Kevin said, funny, I did the same game, and the Raiders won 31-13. That's the thing about the Madden Sims. They're always going to change. You want it to be random. Oh,
So,
man. Jacob Surd.
Tomorrow's game against the Falcons.
Monday Night Football. Oh, I will say this. Chuggs did tell me something, which I'm curious how you guys handle it.
Should I tell him?
We just got a surprise tomorrow in the game.
I'll just say there's an injury to the Falcons.
Major injury.
Major injury that might change how the game is played.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. Moshav, you in again, my man. Moshav, you in again. All right, Jeremy, I am going to send you this list. If you want to check it once or twice, I wouldn't be mad about it.
Gonna find out
Who's naughty and nice. Noah Santana, today's MVP. He is 2 bangs away from a gong. If Noah hits the gong, I'll do a boot.
This is so funny.
If Noah hits the gong today, I do a boot. Because then he's the new MVP for July.
You want to know who messaged me today?
Uh-oh. Who?
Aaron Wilson.
Why?
He put out an article saying the guy who's going to be the Texans center, Juice Scruggs, he put out an article that said Scruggs is projected to be the left guard.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the fuck? Like, he's been playing center all offseason, all this stuff. So on my show today, part of like one of the rumors list, I was like, Aaron Wilson says apparently Scruggs might play guard. I don't know. And then I put it out. He DM'd me. He was like, no, that was a mistake on my end. Scruggs is only playing center.
No.
He was like, I mistyped.
Hey, that's good, though. That means he's getting a lot of attention for it. You're making waves, Chuggs. You're making waves.
Well, I just thought that was so funny because it's like, do you think he probably thought like, nobody's gonna read this shit? Like,
I mean, maybe, but it's just the thing. In today's day and age, man, you make one little slip up and typo, something like that. It does. I mean, it sucks. What up, sir?
Well, and I was like, dude, what? It's like if somebody was just like, like Colt Miller starting right tackle for the Raiders this next season. You'd probably like if
instantly I'm like,
if Gutierrez put that out, or like
Any of the
Any beat reporter.
I would say somebody's either got really hurt or they're just drastically wrong. I don't know. I wouldn't believe it, to be honest. Once our beat reporters earn, I think once they earn that,
I guess
Wilson's a little bit more
I
respected.
guess it would be a little bit different.
Like Wilson has sources.
Yeah, I guess it would be a little bit different because Scruggs played left guard last year.
Oh, okay.
So I was
okay.
like, oh, what?
That's wild.
I
That's
don't
cool, though. All right. Final call to get in. $20 Venmo. Winner of this will go home
They were like,
with $150.
one of the Raiders' safeties, Jacorian Bennett. Like, what?
Are you sure?
Jacorian Bennett, safety?
Are you sure? All right, here we go. 3, 2,
Shuffle.
1. Ooh, you're going to shuffle it up?
Shuffle.
Winner gets $150. Good luck to everybody in the building. Here we go. Out to an early lead is Noah Santana. Oh, my goodness. No! Suavemente! Bang! Noah.
I got Mitch's boot.
Hey, I got the boot. I'll go get the gong after this race. I would have had to leave. I don't have the gong next to me. 27 seconds to go. Anthony Green into a little bit of lead right there with LA Crash Dog. Up top here is LCA. Charles G. Watch out for Charles. I always root for Darth. Darth has got to win, though he might be going for the last place one for the obvious reasons there. Joe Maldonado, Charles G. Charles, you're not in a good spot, man. Joe, this is usually where it gets separated. Frankie with the win.
Stunt on him.
Frankie with the win. Frank, if you're still watching, how many is he? All right, so Frankie got into his first 50-50 raffle 13 days ago. I missed it. He got back in. This is his first win. First win.
Congrats.
Let's go. Wow, I spelled congrats completely wrong. In fact, I don't know if I could have spelled it any more wrong. Frank, you're a tank, man. Can you please, down below, Frank, confirm that you just received $150? I got to go get something.
Woo! Suavemente. Oh, I didn't realize it was right there. Did they get another one? Oh, no, they brought it back in. Hey, don't say anything, just do it.
All right, guys. We're going to do a sneak attack. Usually we yell. Today, Noah. Suavemente. Suavemente! Let's go! I'm pretty sure Marshall just shit his pants. There's a good chance. There's a good chance.
Good thing I wore my brown pants today.
My Cleveland Browns. My Cleveland Browns. All right. So Noah said, I got Mitch's boot. Who's got Chuggs for the race? If we get two bangs, Chuggs boot race. Do you care if I go fill up my boot, or do you want to fill up the boot?
You can fill it up.
All right.
Boot, 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 boot. Ba 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 boot. Need two more bangs, or just gonna be a solo Mitch boot race. My guy, Lord Body Bear. I'm eating pizza every time I check in to the show at work. You guys are talking about food and making me hungry. Oh, and F Tom Fumble Brady always. Not a lot of food talk today. We talked about Slurpees. It's 7-Eleven. Reminder, if you have a 7-Eleven near you, you can go get a free Slurpee today. Just want to give a heads up to all y'all real ones out there. But we were talking about Slurpee flavors earlier on the program. Not a lot of food talk today. Not a lot of food talk today. But I don't know. Lord Buddy Bear showed up. And he said he had to eat some pizza before he tuned in because we're always talking about food and making him too damn hungry. What?
Dude. All right. I'm going to give you guys... give you 5 minutes. Give you 5 minutes. If we can get some hashtag Raiders, some questions coming in for the next 5 minutes. Shout out to Noah Santana, who, by the way, now
Noah Santana
has surpassed LCA and now is officially in the July Bang first place race. Wild stuff. Also, King Shav, Chuggs and I have been trying to get a hold of you for you to claim your prize. You can either Venmo me $1 at Mitchell Renz 365 because you said you messaged Chuggs or that we have your address.
Yeah,
We don't.
if we've sent something to you in the past, maybe we should have like an Excel spreadsheet, but I don't
have one. So we said we'd give you 24 hours. It's about a week now. I told you today when the show started, so please, 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 if you don't claim it by tonight, I don't know what to do. I was talking to you earlier. I just need you to send us something so that way I can get your address because I can't get your address. All right, man. Chuggs, if you could get a pizza right now, since Buddy Bear's talking about pizza, what are you ordering on your pizza?
Right now,
Yep.
maybe unpopular opinion, like a chicken bacon ranch pizza sounds bomb.
Ooh, that does sound really good.
Like no sauce, just cheese, chicken, bacon, hot, and then comes out, dip it in ranch.
That sounds
Maybe
really
some
good.
jalapenos on there too.
It's too hot right now for me for jalapenos.
Or chicken bacon ranch with also like some like caramelized onions on top with it.
Caramelized onions right now on a pizza sounds really
Maybe
good.
some hot honey as well, and then the ranch.
See, if I'm going to do like hot honey, I want like hot honey sopressata,
yeah.
something along those lines. Get a little bacon
What-
in that piece.
What are you feeling?
To be honest, which I'm actually surprised that I'm feeling this, I want just like a really good margarita pizza with like pepperoni on it. Like sometimes like if it gets really hot, I don't want like all the
Yeah.
peppers. Like Alex likes the jalapeno. She can handle spice a lot better than I can. I think that's probably what I'd get. I don't know what we have at home though. I got to eat Factor. We have 40 meals of Factor at home.
Yeah. I'd probably do the chicken bacon ranch, or I love a Hawaiian pizza, but I like it with pepperoni and bacon. So
I'm with
pepperoni, bacon, and then the pineapple sounds good. A pesto chicken pizza sounds good as well.
See, I actually think Hawaiian pizza with bacon or with pepperoni is better than with ham.
Yeah.
Like I like ham, but I think ham sometimes it can be almost like too rubbery on a pizza, where the other ones are better.
My wife is making me cook right now for her best friend.
At least you've upgraded. At least it's not her husband. Her boyfriend. I don't even know.
Ooh, jalapeno poppers.
I like them.
There's a pizza spot, and I think Coop might have left because he's not doing that shit today. But
That's hilarious.
there's a pizza spot in Denton. Oh, Cullen's here.
All right, I'm throwing this
Crooked
back.
Crust. Did you ever have the jalapeno popper pizza? Oh.
Honestly, Cullen looks like his crust is crooked.
Oh, yeah. Cullen knows about that 2 a.m. crooked crust.
I'll tell you what right now, jalapeno popper pizza. Can I change my answer to that?
What was your go-to at Crooked Crust?
What was yours? Because I'm literally trying to remember mine.
I would get the spicy meatball.
Spicy meatball. That was a good one.
His ability to remember what he eats is phenomenal.
I got like this it was the white sauce one with chicken, spinach, mushroom. I forget what it's called.
I think it was the White Widow.
White Widow, whatever it was called.
They had a mean green one that was really good.
Yeah.
It was like pesto, artichokes, chicken,
Yeah.
onions maybe. Very delicious.
Yeah. Definitely the go-to spot at 2 a.m. for sure.
Oh, another question. Noah. I haven't tried. Have you?
I've tried the garlic parm nuggets from Wendy's.
Good or no?
Kind of mid, to be honest.
Mid.
Kind of mid.
See,
I haven't tried the saucy or all of them though, but
I feel like for me, I'd just rather have the sauce on the side and dip it.
yeah, I agree.
I'm much more of a dipper.
Yeah.
Like, whenever I go to Wingstop, I'll usually get the tenders with the sauce on the side.
Yeah. I'd rather be in control of the situation that way. I agree.
Oh.
Hang it in there, bud.
Yeah, we're good. I'm just a little full.
Have you tried the Wendy's sauce nuts? Probably
No.
You don't eat fast food.
Yeah. Very
I
healthy.
do eat fast food, just not usually in the summer. Like in the wintertime, I
It's a
pack it
seasonal
on.
thing. So like you have different types of year where you'll eat fast food.
Well, because I know I just am going to gain weight no matter what during football season just because of all the shit we do.
Fair.
I kind of like get unhealthier. So I usually gain like 25, 30 pounds during football season. And then summer is just me just trying to get rid of it. But
That's always going to work out.
Yeah, balance of life.
there you go. That'll never catch up to me.
Nope. Not once.
There's never that's ever going to be bad. Never, ever.
Buffalo chicken pizza's gas as well.
Especially when it's spelled like that.
Buffalo cheeky. Some chicken BC.
Oh, that's funny.
The BC's is cheeky.
Well, I think it's time to go.
All right.
All right, y'all. So tomorrow, shout out again to Suavemente. You're going to be the MVP. You're going to have the jersey yet again tomorrow.
Raiders 7-6.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, dude, we got to win. You got to win your next 3. Like, you got to win 3 out of your next 4. Is what? You got Atlanta, Jacksonville, the Saints, and then the Chargers to finish it up. I'm telling you this right now, if we lose to New Orleans, I'm not going to be happy. That might be the one that we figure out. No, I can't do that. We can't do that. All right, y'all. Shout out to Noah. Shout out to everyone that tuned in today. Had a great time. We got a hell of a battle this month against the Steelers.
Shout out to all the moms.
We'll go with that. Tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Pacific, here on the Raiders Report. I'm going to watch episodes 3 and 4 of Receiver tonight, so hopefully just 3. Hopefully. We'll break that down tomorrow. Yeah, I know. It's probably not going to happen, is it? Have a good night. Friday happy hour tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Pacific. Peace.